All righty, we're here. Good morning, one, and good morning, all. How you doing? It's Uncle Bruce here, Stock Markets with Bruce. Welcome to the Stock Markets with Bruce channel. We're back. It is Tuesday, July the 6th, 2021. The long weekend is over. The suffering is over. We're back. The markets are going to open in an hour, and welcome back from the 4th of July festivities for those of you in America. Here in Canada, July 1, we had our early weekend, and then a lot of Canadians extended it to make it the long weekend. And I tell you, yesterday I had a day off. Well, not really. I had a day off from being on the air, and I grant you that. And I sure needed the rest. And but I got a lot done. Jen and I got a lot done yesterday, including taking a drive to Cranbrook, British Columbia, which is about an hour and 10 minutes from here. And we went to McDonald's. Oh, yeah. Jen has been craving the McDonald's French fries for months. And we ended up, she ordered a Big Mac meal, tried that new bigger Big Mac, whatever that thing is. And then bought the large fries, extra crispy. And I got myself a double quarter pounder with no onions. Haven't had one of those in a long time. But I got to tell you, unbelievable. The Big Mac meal that came with a large drink, large fries, the Big Mac, and then my burger on the own, $21. 21 Canadian dollars to buy that. I'm looking at Jen going, geez, McDonald's is kind of, usually you associate McDonald's was where the poor people eat. And I looked there and said, we can't afford to be poor. We can't afford it. It's a fortune, $21 to eat a couple of burgers, a fry, and a drink. Holy moly macaroni. There's a lot of taxes in there and overhead. I get it though. I mean, it's been expensive being in business this last year and a half. It's been incredible. Unbelievable, but those fries are so good. We did enjoy that. Anyway, we got a little running around done. We purchased some boxes and containers to keep packing up our house. And so progress was made. It was an outing. But the big news that came yesterday, what I did yesterday, and Jennifer too, is we put together the notification of classes. And you may or may not, some of you are familiar with this image, and some of you are not familiar with this image. Right here, attention students, class is in session. There I am, all 4'8" of me, standing in front of my board. I don't know how I'm going to reach the top of the board. I'm going to have to put on those titanium stilts that I've got. The movie Forrest Gump, where Lieutenant Dan comes to the wedding, and he's got those titanium insert. I'm going to have to put those titanium things on just to stand in front of that whiteboard, so I can conduct these classes, because I was reaching up in the sky there as high as I could, and I couldn't even reach near the top of the board. So yeah, it is going to be a logistic. Although Jennifer is saying that what we could do is we could just put in like have me standing on top of like a wooden stage kind of thing, like pick up some wooden boxes, and I would just stand on those. And that would be like would elevate me up like 1.5 feet. But I'm thinking that I'll just go with the titanium extenders and, see how I do on that. Because you all know I'm 4'8", don't you? You know I'm 4'8" tall, and just a little guy in a big world with big hands. But you know what they say about a guy with big hands? Big shoes. And that's what they say. So what can I tell you? There's a reason that Jen is always smiling whenever we go out. She loves it when I wear those titanium extenders, because she gets to put her arm around me and hold me up. Notice how she's keeping me there. She's holding on to me on her hip there, not gonna let me fall over. It's pretty cool. You gotta love this gal, how she just takes good care of me. And these casual looking shots, you think that we're just standing there relaxing. Notice how she's got her arm around my neck there. She's holding me up, making sure I don't tip over. I'll tell you, it's behind every man on stilts is a woman holding him up. You gotta love that. So get ready, kids. This weekend, oh my God, it's happening. We will start our classes this Saturday and Sunday. Oh no, noon Eastern time for each class. Saturday and Sunday live right here. And Bruce will be on the whiteboard just going. I got to learn how to write with magic markers, and got to learn how to use the eraser. And oh man, I'll tell you, Jen is going to be monitoring all the questions and keeping all the students in line to make sure they behave themselves. This can be great. So yeah, you're going to find out what it's like life under Jen. Dear sweet Auntie Jen, you're going to be in line. Anyway, I sent out an alert message yesterday morning to all the members, giving them the heads up as I promised I would. And response has been pretty good. And last night we started sending out details and PayPal notifications to pay for the class, because some of you just want to be a live student on the Saturday show. Some of you want to be a live student on the Sunday show, and then a number of you have said I want to be on both shows. And so we had to send out 3 different advisories yesterday, and of course I blew it. I totally blew it. The cost for a class, a live class, is $150. It's a 2 to 2.5 hour session with lots of Q&A time and all that. So instead of paying $400 for 1 hour privately, you're paying $150 an hour to be part of the group for 2.5 hours. And if that's for one class, so I made a button, a PayPal button for $150 US to send out with these notifications and saying congratulations, here's your invite to the first class or your second class. But then I forgot. I sent out that button with the notification for those folks who are coming to both classes, and the folks are responding to me going, "I can only pay you $150. I'm supposed to send you $300 for both classes. I can't do that. How do I?" And you figured it out on your own. You're geniuses, because you click the button, you send me $150. You go back to your email, you come back, look at your message again, you hit the button a second time, you send me another $150. And I thank you for taking the initiative. Some of you have figured out, I've sent him a donation in the past. All I have to do is just go to his description on any of his videos, because down in the description is the link for a PayPal, and I'll just send him $300 that way. He'll figure it out while we are figuring it out. And I thank you for your ingenuity and your decisiveness. It's okay. I appreciate it. Jen appreciates it. We're working on this. It's all new. We're going to be making mistake after mistake after mistake to start this off. So please be forgiving and be patient with us. It's all going to be all right. I cannot wait to get the classes going Saturday and Sunday. And on Saturday night and Sunday night in the evenings, there will be an edited version of the live class produced by my editor, and we will upload those. I should rephrase that. We are going to create the edited version, and on our new website, which should launch Wednesday or Thursday of this week, I'll keep you posted. On the website will be links where you can see the classes. Class number 1, here's a description of what class number 1 is all about. Class number 2 here, and there will be a PayPal button for each of those that you can now click. And if you want to watch what I call the rerun, the edited version, those are $100. So you can pay $150 to be live, or $100 to get the rerun, and you don't have to buy both of them. You can watch whatever you want. Within the next few weeks, you will notice there are going to be 8, 10, 12 classes available on the website, and you can pick and choose the one you want to watch. You don't have to subscribe to the whole 15 classes for $2,000 stuff. I mean, I know a number of you out there. I've been looking at other YouTubers and stuff, and they offer these courses that are $1,000, $1,200, $1,500, $2,500, trading classes, option classes, theory classes, on and on. But you got to do the whole thing. You got to take all 12 episodes or 15 or whatever. Here it's a la carte pricing. You can just pick the episode you want to watch. So if you like the episode about how to write option contracts, you watch that one. If you want to watch a future class talking about how you can be self-employed and quit your day job by doing this and that, here, watch that class. You want to watch the class about how to buy and sell shares, or whatever the topic's going to be, because the topics are coming. And the key for you guys to understand is that I will be doing classes that are relative to you guys. So when you're watching Bruce live or on the reruns, you're going to notice that when I talk about writing options, I'm not talking about writing options on stock we don't trade. I'm talking about writing options on stock we are following, that we are into, the SPACs, the Gamestop shares, and all the others that we're following, whether it's IBM or whether it's Intel, or whether it's on SMH or whatever I'm following all the time is what I'm going to be talking about in the class to get it to relate to you, so that you understand. You'll notice and go, oh, yeah, this makes sense, because that I have these shares in my account, and he's talking about the shares that are in my account as to what to do with them. That is the secret to this class over anything else where it's just generic. Because I mean, I could cherry pick, trades that happened over the last 5 or 6 months and bring you results like, if you would have bought this stock on February the 18th, and then you'd have done this, you would have made this much money. Well, yeah, of course, I can pick the moment a share did a great move, or up move, down move, or whatever move it did, and then show you an option strategy against it, and show you a net price, and go, see, that's real life. Well, that's not real life. It's not. It doesn't have anything to do with your account. Doesn't have anything to do with what you're following. It's a cherry pick trade. And of course I can cherry pick. I mean, I can talk to you about, the day before GameStop went from $38.50 to $91, and a week later, $300 a share. I could cherry pick that little segment of time and go, you see how easy it is to make money in the market? But I can avoid talking about how the stock went from 346 to 171 back to 280 and all the stress in the middle of all that, and how, I can avoid all that crap and just give you the happy news, and then we can sing Kumbaya by the fire, and I can just collect all this money from you, and you will learn nothing. I don't want that. I want you to understand that if you're watching me live, you're watching my edited classes, whatever you're paying for them, you're going to sit there in 15 or 20 or 30 minutes. What I want you to be able to do is go, oh man, this guy I've just figured out from 15 minutes of watching this guy talking about what's happening in the marketplace with stocks that I follow. He's just made me thousands of dollars. I've saved myself mistakes worth thousands of dollars. That's the first thing. Number two, he's showing me how to really make money in this market, and how to do it properly, and how to be conservative, not how to be stupid, and all those good things. And so, folks, give it a shot. Thank you for responding to us. Later today, after the second show tonight, we will release a general invitation to the channel, to all of you out there who are watching me, who are not members of this channel. You can send me reply to an invitation to attend live classes. Whatever slots are still open will be opened up, and we will send you out a general thing. I don't know if there'll be any openings left, because the response has been pretty great. I'm not surprised, because we have a high number of members who are, really want to be involved. If you would like to be notified of upcoming classes, and every week I will be doing this. Every week I will be sending out a notification of the next two classes, where you will be able to ask to attend and be sent an invitation. Become a member of this channel. Members of this channel are sent member alerts for the classes first. The general population are sent alerts after, at least the day after. So that gives all members a heads up and a head start on registering for the live classes, because I only have so many slots available, and that's it. But the reruns are available to all of you anytime. They're going to be concise. We're going to take we might take like a 2-hour, 25-minute live telecast, or however long it takes, because on the live shows, there's no time limit per se for me to have to cut it off in 2 hours and 28 minutes. I got to stop now. I can go until I get the job done. I can go until I get the answers that are all the answers are questions are answered for all of my viewers who are there live. Because if you're paying $150 to be there live, you're going to get answers to your questions. We're going to take that. My editor, we're going to take that whatever 2 hours plus time frame, and we're going to bring that down. And it might work out to an hour and 10 minutes, an hour and 28 minutes, an hour and 33 minutes. It's going to be a more concise show without the fluff and dead air and all that kind of stuff, because live is live, and you know how it is. So, like right now, dead air. I'm just talking. So we'll get rid of all that and bring you a concise class. And you do not have to write notes. You don't have to worry about, oh, what did he just say? You can watch it again and again and again and again. You will be given the link to the show, and you can watch it as many times as you want. All of you who are paying me $150 for the live, there's one other thing you get. You not only get into the live show, you also get the link to the recorded show. And so if you've been a member of the audience, one of the live students, don't worry about taking notes during the live show either, because you're going to get the link from the recorded show, the edited show, and you can watch that as many times as you want. So that's the benefit of paying a little extra to get into the live. You get to ask questions, but you also get the recorded episode as well. And so I figure that's the fairest way to do it. And away we go. So there's what is happening today, over the weekend. And so yesterday I had a day off. Got to bed just short of 10 o'clock last night going, I only get 5 hours of sleep because I got to get up at 3 o'clock and it's almost 10 o'clock. And sure enough, the alarm went off this morning and I went, oh God, oh gee, this is hard. I'll tell you something else that's hard. When you're up all day, and you're walking around the house and you're doing a couple of chores, because Jennifer has a little list for Uncle Bruce here because, he's not on the air today. She had a few to-do things, and then we got in the car and went to Cranbrook together, walked all over this Walmart store they have, with this gigantic Walmart. We were all over that, picking up all kinds of stuff and pushing the cart. Then we had a bite to eat. Then we went to the grocery store, walked around this gigantic superstore store, looking stuff and picking up. And then I filled up the car with gas, and I'm in and out of the car. I'm doing this, and we come home, and I'm kind of tired. And I'm going, well, you're kind of tired because you're always tired. I mean, you're doing this with your gang here and whatever. But I woke up this morning and I'm exhausted. My legs are tired. My hips are tired. My belly is way too big. And I realized you're out of shape. Oh my gosh, when you're a pandemic homebound person and you don't get out there, you are out of shape. And oh my gosh, I need to get moving. So I'll tell you, becoming nomads couldn't come at a better time. In case you don't know, folks, we are moving. We are leaving Creston by September of this year to, quote, move to Calgary. Yes, that will be our home base. But we are not actually renting a place there. We're going to be Airbnb-ing it for a few weeks, because when we get to Calgary in September, October, we're only there for a few weeks before we head south to California, because that's the plan, is across the border. We will be spending the winter in Palm Desert this year and traveling from there. So you guys will be watching me on the air from wherever I am. And so we're going traveling this winter. You're coming with us. Wherever we're going, that's where we will be broadcasting from. And the hope for Jen and I is that we find a place in the desert for the winter, for a month here, 2 months here, whatever we work out, where we can kind of settle in for a while and do our thing, travel with the meet and greets, a cruise or two. We'll let you in on that. You can join us. I can't wait. I'm going to see a bunch of you people in person. I can't wait for this, and still do this live, and classes live on the road. The classes will still be done on the road, live, and then posted on the website. So lots happening, and hopefully I'll lose about 20 pounds. I don't know, because I'm going to be so close to an In-N-Out burger. How can I lose 20 pounds? I'm going to be next door, within 5 miles of a Costco store. How's that possible? But I guess I have to walk the aisles of the Costco store and push the cart. And the heavier the cart gets, the more exercise I'm getting. I don't know, kids. I got to get moving. I can't just dance to Yoko albums all the time. That's not enough. Not enough exercise. I got to be moving here. So hopefully the two of us as nomads will lose some weight as we get more physically active, because we aren't sitting in the same house like lard butts all the time, just eating bonbons and ice cream and just loading up. So hopefully this shirt will get really baggy and you'll note that he looks thinner. We'll see what's going on. Would you like some news this morning? Courtesy of Wally's World, Wally caught something this morning, and then I picked it off too. Got some news on GameStop today. Apparently, here's the announcement: GameStop continues expansion of fulfillment network with a new facility in Reno, Nevada. This will company fulfillment network will span both coasts of the continental United States. So out of Grapevine, Texas, this morning, July the 6th, GameStop today announced the continued expansion of its North American fulfillment network and entry into a lease of a 530,000 square foot facility in Reno, Nevada, which is expected to be operational in 2022. The company's new presence in Reno, Nevada, will position it to grow product offerings and expedite shipping across the West Coast. This expansion follows GameStop's entry into a lease of a 700,000 square foot facility in York, Pennsylvania. Does that sound familiar? It does, and I like it. It again is confirming the reality that GameStop is focused on becoming an e-commerce player of note. Now the second fulfillment center is being set up, Reno and York, Pennsylvania. They got the East, now they got the West. They of course have a warehouse in Grapevine, so that's the South. They've got Texas covered, and that would be Florida, Georgia, and other areas. So very interesting developments. One thing after another being done. There are all kinds of rumors out there, all kinds of due diligence stories, all kinds of other reports coming out, mainly unofficial. These are non-company releases, but it has to do with how the company is about to launch an NFT division, which is non-fungible token division. They're about to launch an e-commerce division. They're about to launch websites to do with e-commerce tournament play, and it just goes on and on. The story that will not go away is the story about there might be a dividend payable to all shareholders of GameStop, where all shareholders of GameStop will receive a coin, a Ethereum monetary-based coin. That's a GameStop coin, a specific GameStop coin backed by Ethereum, something like that. I don't have these details. I don't have the minutia on it. It's out of my realm of understanding. Something is brewing, and there's a lot going on, a lot of talk going on, but the shares this morning are up 77 cents in the pre-market. Because at this point, this story that I just read to you is not yet catching fire with the market, but it just tells me there is so much happening behind the scenes that they're not satisfied with Ryan Cohen being the chairman of the board, having his CEO, CFO, and his top people in place, and now we're just going to relax. That isn't happening. They're not relaxing at all. They are busy over there in Grapevine. So stand by as we keep bringing out more news. Other news this morning that came out about 45 minutes ago, AMC news broke. The CEO of AMC has indicated that the vote that was going to be held at the annual meeting coming up shortly for AMC this month, July, the vote regarding the issuance of more stock, I believe it was 25 million shares to be authorized, an increase of stock, has been tabled. They are not going to bring that up for a vote. They're withdrawing the vote, that vote and the measure to increase stock. Now, this is good news and bad news depending on what side of the argument you're on regarding the ability of AMC to do well as a corporation. Now, the stock closed at $51.96 on Friday night. It's now $53.49, up $1.53. On the one side of the coin, you have people going, this is great. They're not going to dilute the stock for the rest of this year, 2021. It's a 2022 issue if and when. And that could mean the shares could go higher because there's this massive short squeeze, gamma squeeze, everything else squeeze coming up. On the other side of the coin, you got the folks going, well, this is bad because if they don't issue 25 million here at 50 odd bucks a share, let's just use a rough number, that could have brought in $1.25 billion cash theoretically against this $5.5 billion debt they are carrying, plus the $2 billion they've already got in cash. So they would have like 3.5 to 3.75 billion in cash with a new issuance of stock to, maybe throw the bankers 2 billion and bring them down to 3.5, and that would bring your interest costs way down. You pay off the most expensive debt first if you can. So there's that argument. So you got one side versus the other. And again, on the first side, they're thinking without this new issuance hanging over our heads, these shares could go to 60, 80, $100 a share or even higher. And then we can issue stock. It kind of their thinking is, why don't we just get the stock to 150 a share, like really run it, triple it, and then we issue 10 million shares up there, and that's $1.5 billion. We don't have to issue 25 million shares now. Maybe we only issue 20 million shares and bring in 3 billion, and that pays the debt off with what we have already. Cash we got, that cash, we have no debt. Maybe that's the plan. The other side of it are going, it doesn't work that way. Markets don't work this way, but lately they do. There are over 4 million shareholders, the latest report now, 4 million shareholders holding AMC stock. And this is why the president of the company is saying, I'm going to do what the shareholders want me to do because that's who I work for. I don't have an institutional holder. I don't have one family or one guy or one group that runs this company. Nobody owns 25% of this company. This company is held by 4+ million people out there. They're all over the world, and they're all small investors. The GameStop story, coming back to GameStop, it's kind of becoming a similar thing as time is going by, that apart from Ryan Cohen and one or two others, there are no other major shareholders of this company. Now, the Ryan Cohen thing is different than the AMC thing because Ryan Cohen does own he did own about 13% of the stock. Maybe he owns 12% now because they used a few shares lately. But with 1.9 billion cash in the bank, no debt, and now 2 distribution centers, one in Reno and one in York, Pennsylvania, being up and ready to go, and a leader like Ryan Cohen running the show, you've got direction, you've got focus, and you have a definitive direction that's going right ahead. Whereas at AMC, the president of the company just keeps looking around going, what do you want me to do? What don't you want me to do? I'll do whatever you want. I'll do whatever you want. Just tell me what you want. He's not able to just focus on the job at hand. The job at hand for him should be to raise cash to pay off the bankers and tell them to piss off, but he can't do that because the shareholders won't let him. And so there's this back and forth on AMC that's going on, and of course people who follow AMC hate it when I talk like this because it makes sense. It's plain English, and it's just dollars and cents what's going on over there. But hey, the shares are where they are. They used to be $10 a share. Now they're 51, 52. Where they're going next, I don't know. But they are not going down at this moment in time. At least at this moment in time. GameStop not going down either. 204 right now, approximately where we're trading. We are 32 minutes away from opening for the day. Welcome one and all to Stock Markets with Bruce. It's Uncle Bruce. I'm back, and we're busy, and we got all kinds of stuff going on, and we're getting ramped up here on this channel to start our classes. And I'm stoked. I have been itching to get going for weeks, but we have been logistically held up by back office logistics. We've been trying to figure out logistics, and I finally figured out kind of a solution to the challenge of how to really offer classes to you guys effectively, to give you your money's worth, and to give me the platform where I can just concentrate on giving you the detail, the message that you need to get to help you out, but at the same time allow you to get back to me and say, what about this? What about this? I have a question about this. With Jen being the moderator on the class, this frees me up to just talk to you on the camera, work on my whiteboard, and figure out, help you figure out what's going on out there. Any questions you ask me, there may be times where I will literally just wipe the whiteboard right off and start right from scratch with a new example to help you understand and make sure you get it. I am going to, on these first 2 classes, be targeting the newbies. If you're an experienced trader and you are very familiar with options and strategies and all that, you're not going to be happy because this is not what these first two classes are. These first 2 classes are aimed at my newbies people who've been watching me since January going, Bruce, you started talking, and when you went on the air, you started talking about GameStop all the time. Then you started talking about the other meme stocks. Then you started talking about favorites of yours. Then you started talking about the option stuff. And it's like getting really complicated now because this channel is evolving into a different kind of animal as we mature out. You got to help us here. Get us to the point where we all understand what you're talking about with regard to options and stocks and SPACs and everything else. And so that's what these first two classes are really meant to do, to really kind of get us all up to speed. It's an introduction to the buying and selling of call and put contracts. And the second class is an introduction into how to write call and put contracts. This is 101 lessons at this point, and further classes going further. The next weekend and the weekend after that, we'll get more and more into it. And those of you who are moderately experienced and more experienced, you'll begin to go, oh yeah, this is kind of where I'm at. But I watched this first class because I thought I knew it all. I don't know it all. There's a whole lot more there that he doesn't have time to talk about on the live show. So he now has time to get into some real details here. And that is the point. I want to be able to help you all out, where I can give you kind of an overview of where we're at and then really focus in on what it means to you. What is it going to mean to your account, and how does it make a difference in your lives? So I'm really pumped up about this. Bertie, I'm booked. Let's go. Options class by Uncle Bruce. Bagels and blunts with Bruce's son Saturday. Moderator, forgive me now. The way the class is going to work, it's pretty simple. I was looking at doing a Zoom kind of a thing. I was looking like a webinar kind of a thing. And I looked at all, Jennifer and I have been looking at all this for like a month and a half. We have been studying every possible way to bring you a class. And what I keep coming back to is this one-on-one engagement thing that I want to have with you. I want to have this. I want to give you this immediacy, and I don't want you to feel like you're looking at a little guy way out there on the stage, way over there. That's pointless. That is so disconnected to the way this channel runs. So what's going to happen is this computer is going to be raised up, and we're heading over to the other side of the living room where the whiteboard is. And you're going to see me coming up to you like this, talking to you like this. You're going to see me back on the whiteboard. You're going to see everything in between. A lot of this back and forth. And we're basically going to be doing exactly what we're doing right here. You're going to find this very familiar. You're going to notice it looks just like one of his live shows. It looks kind of like one of those trivia shows where it's just a small group of people, and it's a live engagement. And it's really comfy because all I have to do is type in my questions. You don't have to take a shower. You don't have to get dressed. You don't have to get your hair done. You don't have to put on any makeup. You're not going to be on camera. I'm going to be on camera, and only I will be on the camera. None of you are going to be on camera. Do not worry about, oh God, I don't want to be on camera. I'll just shut my camera. I'll put tape on my computer so you can't see me. You don't have to play that game. None of you are going to be on an audio feed either. So there's not going to be a delay thing or an echo or a lousy connection. It's just like this right here. You're just going to type in your questions. What do you want to ask me? And so you can sit there and methodically think, I want to ask him about that. What about that? And you can just enter your question, and Jen will administer them, and then we'll get to it. That's how we're going to do it. It's simple. It is really simple, so that we don't waste time and we don't waste effort trying to figure out logistics where I'm up here in a little box and I got a graph over here and you can't see it too well and it doesn't look good, and then you see my iPad pencil trying to draw in it. It's all no. It's just going to be here. It's going to be the board behind me, and we're going to get it done. And I'll be able to explain it to you until you get it, because that is what this teacher is going to be doing. So I'm excited. I'm really pumped up about it. I'm open to suggestions and changes and modifications. Do not fret, because as each class gets done, they get better, and they're going to get better, and they're going to get better, and they're going to get better. And it'll get to the point where we will be able to just bang off a class or two a weekend There's a whole bunch of you who are just going to want to be regular attendees to the lives. A bunch of you are going to want to you'll be just happy watching the reruns. You won't even need to be watching the live. I know a lot of you cannot watch me live because of your schedules, because some of you work on the weekends, you have obligations. That's why we post the edited version on the website. You can watch those all you want there at your leisure, and the one you want to watch, not that you have to watch all of them. I'm not going to make you buy every single class I do. So I can't wait. I'm stoked up. I'm pumped. I'm jacked. Man, I put on my suit and tie for you. Got all juiced up and stood up straight and tall in front of my board there, realizing, that board is a lot taller than I thought it was. I thought I had no trouble reaching it. So now I got to wear my titanium stilts to kind of stand up there, because at 4'8", I got to add like another 1.5 feet here. You got to get me to like 6'2", 6'3". Oh, we'll see how this all works out. I'll give it a shot. So your Uncle Bruce is going to be doing stock markets with Bruce. The logos are coming up on the website. We'll see them soon. Can't wait. We've been working away like crazy. We got some mugs coming out. Soon we'll have mugs with classes and stuff on there. We got all kinds of stuff on there. But I tell you, I am so busy right now with a billion things at the same time. I'm jacked, and I think we're going to have a good time. So again, thank you for your patience, waiting me out until I've been ready to announce these classes. And like I say, those of you who would like to be a class, be in the class, you've been sent a private notification from this channel as a member. You have until the end of the second show today to get your notice in. After that, the notice will go out to all viewers of this channel, subscribers and viewers, and any and all of you are welcome to ask for admission into the class. But I will admit they might be sold out by the time we get there. I don't know. You never know when you hit the button and go, well, let's see if anybody wants to watch this stuff, and you hit the button and you go, there you go. I got to tell you though, yesterday morning when I released the notification to the members, within 5 minutes I had 5 responses. Yeah, I want to be on the Saturday class. I want to be on the Sunday class. I want both. And in they came. And all morning the phone would go bloop, 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 little comments. Fantastic. It is so gratifying to see that experience. And then last night when we sent out here's your invitation, here's your PayPal link, let's see if they actually pay for it and buy it. And within 10 minutes, the first 3 or 4 payments came in, and it was like midnight Eastern when this went out. Like, it was late last night, and I wasn't expecting a lot, but even at 2 a.m, the phone was going bloop. That's incredible. So we are humbled. Jennifer and I are terrified, excited, pumped up, worried, can't wait, all together. All the emotions, it's all there, and will be all week, right through class day Saturday and class time Sunday, and the launch of the reruns on the west. I mean, we have so many logistics that we know we're going to screw up, or we hope we don't, and so we know you're forgiving. You're going to give us some slack to get it done right. We'll get her done right, and we'll make it work. And I think we're going to have some fun. Cheers to all of you around the world who follow my channel. Thank you for subscribing to this channel, Stock Markets with Bruce, following the markets in plain English. Really appreciate you for that. Those of you who have become members of this channel, thank you for becoming members. Membership has its privileges. If you become a member of this channel, you'll be given alerts on all classes. You'll also be given alerts on pending, pressing news or breaking news on some of our stocks. And anytime I add a new stock to the list that you should be aware of, members first. Members get notified first before anyone else does about pending information. So thank you for becoming members. All of you who are subscribers of this channel, make sure you hit the bell notification icon. You'll be notified every time I upload a video, every time I do an announcement. You'll be alerted as well. Thank you for subscribing to Stock Markets with Bruce. There is the breakdown right now. We are 21 minutes away from opening up for a Monday morning. Monday, July the 6th, 2021, a busy week coming up even though it's a 4-day week, and it's going to be a busy summer for all of us here, because I'm expecting to produce classes every weekend through July, August, and a good part of September. So buckle up, kids. Just like Ryan Cohen says, snap in your seatbelt, because we are going to be busy learning. I'm going to try to help you learn how you can get richer in this market, taking advantage of what this market can give you, rather than you just giving it your money. It's time for you folks out there to get a return on your investment, and there are ways to do it. You just have to be aware of all of the ways that you can take advantage of this market. You do not need to have 20 assistants. You do not need to take 6 weeks of intensive study at some kind of a study course. No. And I'm not going to talk to you guys about detailed forex trading strategies with currencies, and I'm not going to show you how to hedge gold against silver, against copper. No, we're going to zero in on what it is we're doing here, what it is we're following, what it is we're fans of, so that you can take advantage of gains that are available to you on the stocks that we are following the most. And so that'll be much more relevant to you, rather than just generic talk that really doesn't pertain to you and will not help you in any way, shape, or form. So thank you all for being here, and welcome to the show, the channel, and the fun. I hope it's a lot of fun. Oh my gosh, we're going to be just great. Looking forward to this, says KB. I am too. I cannot wait. This should be fun. Anti-PC, Aaron is saying, Anti-PC, watch GameStop 8 days till NFT release, apparently. Brent, are you jacked or what, Bruce? Play a song about money, for crying out loud. Anti-PC, I'm ready. Ona, come on, people, give Uncle Bruce those thumbs ups. Don't make him beg. How are we doing on thumbs up so far? We have 343 thumbs up so far. I do thank you for that. 344 now, 13 on the down dip. Appreciate those 344. If you can keep them coming in, that'd be great. We are 18 minutes away from opening, so the closer we get to 1,000, the better. 360 now, they're coming in. So thank you for these thumbs ups. 370 now, 10 more just popped up here. Beautiful stuff, guys. You guys are great. I appreciate these thumbs up so much. What else is happening here? Let's go. So many comments. I can't keep up with you all. Howard Castleman, how you doing, Howard? A new member. Welcome to the group. You will now start getting alerts on classes. You'll start getting alerts on stocks. You'll get alerts on new shares that we're following, new companies that are coming on. Fantastic. A question, are you on Mac or Windows? I'm on a Mac. I'm running a Mac computer here through a StreamYard, which is what you're watching me on right now, through YouTube. And this is exactly how we're going to do this on the live show. We're going to be doing this through YouTube on a private setting or an unlisted setting. You'll get an alert. All of you who are in class, the classes lives, you're going to get the links into your shows, into your live class about 15 minutes before showtime or class time. So do not fret if you haven't been given a link a day or two before. Those are top secret for you only, and for you not to share to anyone, because you've paid top dollar to get them, and we're not interested in having more people here that should be here. We only want the group invited that paid to get in. So I will be alerting you guys very shortly before showtime. You'll get your links to come on in. Those of you who have had one-on-ones with me, you're very familiar with this. Those of you who do one-on-one sessions with me, which I so enjoy, usually I send out links about 5-10 minutes before we start chatting, because it takes very little time for you to link in, pop up. The next thing you know, you're here with me, except that we'll be way over there, and you might see me down here, though. You might see my head way down here, because if the stilts aren't working very well, I'll be, you'll just kind of see mostly you just see my hands up in the air, drawing on the whiteboard, because 4'8" tall, it's a hard reach. Anyway, we'll work it out. Don't worry. Maybe I'll stand on a chair or something like that. We'll figure it out. It's all going to be good. Anyway. We're going to have fun. We're going to have some fun for sure. Bruce would use titanium for stilts, just like Lieutenant Dan in the Forrest Gump movie. just like that. It's going to be great. Looking sharp in the suit. Thank you very much. I got to tell you, boy, I had to take that thing off in 5 minutes because it was getting warm. What a guy, what a guy does for his channel. I mean, look at this. I mean, this wasn't easy. You think this it's easy putting this stuff on. I mean, I tell you. Yeah, that's. I have one white shirt left. I have one tie. I got a couple of jackets, and I try to clean up real good. I try to clean up as good as I can for you. We're doing all what we can. There you go. Fantastic, guys. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. Comment, Uncle Bruce. Hey, Stubborn Bruce, can we take a shower? Are you ambivalent? It's unhealthy to tell a group of depressed people that basic hygiene isn't needed. Well, like I said earlier, you don't have to take a shower. You're not going to have to get your hair done, because you're not going to be on camera. I'm going to be the guy on camera, so you can relax in your civvies and enjoy the class. You can pick your nose, no one will see it, that kind of thing, and we'll see what's going on. We're gonna have fun. I sent mine at 2 a.m. I got to keep you up, Bruce. I saw that. I heard it. What else is going on? Oh my gosh! Thank you, everybody. I'll try to catch up with you now. And stock markets with Bruce. How many classes do you anticipate having that will cover options entirely? In this class, 1 of 5, or your boy needs to plan accordingly. Oh man, I'm envisioning already the first 2 obviously are options, dominated. But of the first 10 that we're going to do, I cannot see options being less than 5 of them. But I got to tell you that they're so intertwined with stock that even when I'm doing a class talking about stock trading strategies and all the things you have to be aware of, that options will be brought into the mix. There's no getting around it. It's a massive part of the market. Sometimes options traders influence stocks, and vice versa. And so we have to cover it all. And so you'll figure out. I hope pretty quickly. You'll figure out that you really are going to want to watch all of them. But you're going to make your mind up at the time and decide for yourselves just how much you're going to want to be part of and what is it you want to watch and so on and so forth. Okay. Ona says you have 390 thumbs ups and climbing right now and counting. Beautiful, beautiful. 400 now. That says anti-PC. Beautiful. Thank you for the thumbs ups, guys. We love it. We do love it. Is there any chance if we pay more, we could buy the unedited version of the classes? Sometimes the stuff that gets cut might be unofficial. Rob, I can guarantee you that what we're going to be cutting out are going to be dead zones, logistical glitches. I am convinced that there will be times where we're going to get sort of the same question a few times in a row, and Jen will kind of narrow that down into one specific question. So there will be no need to have the uncluttered version going out. But we'll see how it works out. Rob, I don't think there's going to be any problems there, but I am really looking forward to this. Let's see what else is going on. Thank you, everybody, for your kind words today. Nice to see you here. What else have we got? Let's go. Magic legs. They'd have to buy GPUs. Current price is too risky for them. Let's see. Continue on. Uncle All Arms Bruce. Will you be using a whiteboard? I got one standing here, right here. Let's see. Bruce, is that the only tie you've got left? I got a mountain of gorgeous ties if you'd like to get one, but no, I don't want any ties. I will not be wearing ties as a matter of course here. I wore a tie for 40 years, and I'm quite happy to go without a tie. So no, I'm not looking to increase my tie collection. Oh man, good deal. No having to remember how to tie my tie. Yep. And ATIP scheduled to appear on Hedge Eye TV today to talk about revenue growth and drivers of our positive outlook. Very good, very good. We're 10 minutes away from the opening. We're getting there. Let's continue on. 439 thumbs ups. Thank you, everybody, for this. I appreciate it. Did we discuss the new fulfillment center in Reno? We did. We talked about a brand new fulfillment center for Gamestop out of Reno, Nevada, to complement the new fulfillment center in York, Pennsylvania. So there's one in the east, and now there's one for the west. The Reno facility will be up and running by 2022. So I'm going to guess early part of 2022, probably in the next 6 months. Very interesting. Let's go. What's happening here? Yeah, I have not heard this. Big banking lawsuit filed in New Mexico. Not aware of that. Not sure if it's going to mean much because lawsuits are lawsuits. They're done everywhere. Let's see what else is going on here. We've got GameStop at 203.39, up 56 cents in the pre-market right now. We have SoFi in the pre-market at 18.15, up 7 cents. 199,000 traded so far. We're watching, let's see, Gore's Holdings. Let's see how it's doing. It's at 15.50 on the pre-market. 1,300 traded. Really dead quiet. It's showing down 2 cents. It has been between 15.50 and 15.57 or 58, so it hasn't done anything at this point. It's absolutely dead quiet. 23andMe on the pre-market, 11.11, up 18 cents right now. It's been between like 10.90 and 11.15 or so. So not much going on. No volume, 9,800 volume. So very quiet on 23andMe. VACQ, 11.52, up 13 cents on 41,000 shares. Still waiting for them to officially release their shareholder vote date, and waiting for that to be disclosed, and then we'll then do the countdown. So the stock, the way it's trading, though, is kind of telling me it isn't going to be much longer. So we'll see for that. ATI Physical Therapy up a penny at 9.06 on no volume, really, 48 shares. That's it. So there's nothing going on there. AMC, again, having a change for their annual meeting. They have decided that this annual meeting that was postponed to this July now coming up, they've decided not to seek shareholder approval for an increase in the number of shares that they're going to issue. And so this should be a most interesting dealio here. Yeah, they scrapped their plans for a 25 million share vote increase for the annual meeting, and that will be. See if I've got this date here. Is there a date for this meeting? I'm looking for it right now. Don't know. I don't have the date here, but I believe it is this month in July. Sometime this month, sometime during this month. Excuse me, in July. They're going to have their annual meeting that they've already postponed, and they are canceling this vote. They're not even going to table it, so it's off the table for the vote. So no dilution of AMC stock at the moment. It's now 53.61 in the pre-market, up $1.65, and on the one hand, it sounds like a positive step because there won't be dilution. On the other hand, it sounds like a negative step because they're not going to raise fresh cash, additional cash that could pay down debt. But at the moment, there's no way they're going to do it. So there it is. Anyway, that's it. That's it. That's it. How about a grab bag for classes? Yeah. Oh man. Let's see, what else are we doing here? Always Gaming is saying 530,000 square foot is really nice. Just checked it. Amazon Center for the Berlin area is like 100,000 square feet. Let's see. Can we incorporate horse racing into the community, please? What else is going on here? Oh, great. Malo, good morning, Bruce. I followed the link in the email and made payment for both classes. Fantastic, Malo. Thank you. I'm glad that you got that done. Congrats, and I'm looking forward to this weekend. I can't wait, man. What else? Uncle Bruce, is there going to be detention for classes just for some added incentive? What are we going to be? What's going to happen here? Jen is in charge of all discipline. Auntie Jen is the vice principal in charge of discipline, and you don't want to mess with her. So be on your best behaviors. All I can tell you, I can only concentrate on what I have to concentrate on. She's going to handle the rest. Boy, I don't know. Uncle Bruce is going to have to play hot for teacher as he makes an entrance for each class. Oh, man. Will there be a no Yoko policy for these classes? Well, maybe we'll have the theme song. We'll have we'll play a Yoko on the way in and on the way out. Hot for teacher somewhere in the middle. I don't know. Vice principal hitter, watch out. Yeah, be careful, you guys. It could be dangerous. Here we go. Since we can't send the teacher an apple, would a share of Apple stock be acceptable? Oh, you can't send me stock. You can't do that. Oh, no. What jelly is Jen's favorite, or what apple is Jen's favorite apple? What can we do to soften her up a little bit? And what else is going on here? Fran Drescher is spinal tapping in the background. That's right. Fran Drescher was in the movie Spinal Tap. That's right. I remember that. And I see you mentioning email about registration. I did an alert yesterday. We did an alert through the YouTube channel for all members of this channel. So check your alerts through YouTube to see if you can find this. It may not have come to you as an email. It might be a YouTube alert. Go to your channel, for my channel, and go to the community tab and hit that. There might be an announcement there that you can see, but it was definitely sent to all members yesterday morning. This is why I keep asking everybody, are you getting these? Are you getting these alerts? Are you getting these alerts? It's so important doing what I can do here. Let's see. Are we allowed bathroom breaks, or should we invest in diapers? What's the deal here? Well, of course, you see, if you're watching me on your tablet, you can take your tablet with you to the bathroom. I won't know. If you're watching me on the phone, you can take me wherever you want. I won't know. If you're on your laptop, you can take your laptop with you to the bathroom. I won't know. I won't hear. I won't smell. I won't nothing. That's one of the advantages of this little system here. You guys can do anything you need to do, however you think you need to do it, and I will just focus on what I have to focus on. Hopefully this will work out all right. We're 2 minutes away from the opening. We're getting ready to go here. CNBC is right in the middle of commercials, and so you can tell we're just about to get things started. Bruce, I got big money idea. After classes, just make a 90-minute blooper film. Just do Blue Blathers and Yoko bits. Sell DVDs of it for only $350,000. See, there's all kinds of possibilities. After we get 5 or 10 classes done, we can put some blooper tapes together. Oh, man. I just paid for class number 2. Way to go. Thank you so much. And I can't wait to see you. It's going to be a lot of fun. That's going to be fantastic. Is there going to be a separate class for us, you gamblers, called YOLO with Yoko? Food for thought. You never know. I vote with diapers, says Wally. I could just admit, I'm envisioning Wally right now. I'm envisioning him in diapers, just sitting there going, what's the next hour like, Bruce? Oh my gosh. Oh no. I'm telling you guys. No. Bruce, can I open a mobile bagel delivery service in your honor? Oh no. I don't know what to say to that. Oh my gosh. Recess? Is there going to be a recess? How about that? Oh gosh, darn it. Maybe we'll have to do like a middle of the class stretch session or something like that. We might have to do something like, I don't know, kids. We'll just see how you guys behave. I just don't know what to make of you guys. I could have a rowdy bunch here. I have no idea. You put these invitations out there. They send in their money. And now what do you do? What happens next? I have no idea. We're just going to see what's going on. Only one way to find out: just fire up the camera and get it going, and hope for the best. We are opening here on the morning, so let's see what's going on here. What is happening first thing this morning on our favorites? Poos with Bruce calls on diapers due to Bruce's class. Will there be an exam? I'm not anticipating that. Your grades are going to be measured by how well your accounts are doing. I think that's how you're going to figure out whether it's working for you or not. You're going to realize, am I making money after a couple of weeks of watching these classes, or am I not making money? How's this working out? Am I feeling better about my account? Let's go from there. What are your office hours? I don't know, midnight to 11 p.m. every night. I don't know. I always poop with Uncle Bruce in the morning. New show, Bruce in your bathroom. All right, let's see what's going on here. SoFi, of course, wants to start on a down dip. 17.95 down 13 pennies on 567,000 shares. We'll see if that lasts very long or not. What's going on otherwise? GameStop up $1.55 to 204.38 right now on 99,000 volume. ATIP 4,000 volume at 905. I'm showing last trade down 37 cents. I don't know how accurate this is. We'll wait for that. AMC at 54.38 up 242 on 3.8 million so far. Gores is 15,000 shares traded at 15.52, no change. 23andMe shows a gain of a nickel right now at 10.98 on 43,000 shares approximately. Fifth wall is showing unchanged. VACQ is showing up 39 cents to 11.78 on 140,000. I'm not sure if this is last Friday's quote or new or not, so we'll wait. We'll see. NAV site unchanged. Starboard down a penny. The Dow is down 27-28 points right now. Not a lot happening on the big markets in volatility. The S&P is down a point. NASDAQ is up 30. Oil down 48 cents a barrel to 74.68. Oil, they are talking about oil going to 100. I think they're dreaming in Technicolor. They're talking 80 for sure and all this talk. July 4th is over. I don't know if anyone's noticed, but July 4th is over, and the demand for gasoline the next 2 weeks will not be near what it was in the last week. Now, I know America is reopening. I get that. People are going on a holiday. I get that. But I just don't think oil is destined to go much higher than this, because I think it's $20 overpriced right now. Has been for months overpriced. They are talking about how the United States is producing 2 million barrels oil less a day right now than it was over a year and a half ago. What they don't talk about is the fact that to ramp that back up is easily done in a month or so. And I can tell you that what with me talking to you right now about oil at $74, $75 a barrel, I can assure you that in every oil producing state in the United States, all oil wells that can easily be turned back on for production are being turned back on now, because at 75 a barrel, I don't care what oil you produce in the USA, it's profitable. You're making money. And there are oil and gas companies in the States that have been starving for cash the last year and a half, who are now really eager to get something going. The other thing I can tell you is even if oil backed off to $60 a barrel, this isn't going to stop increased production. And the reason for that is American oil companies have been selling oil futures into the markets now for weeks. Same in Canada, by the way, and I'm sure same around the world. Oil futures have been sold into the futures market for future oil deliveries. And in the case of oil companies, they like to basically pre-sell between half and 3/4 of all their production up to as far out as they can go, a year to 2 years out. So do not be surprised if every junior and middle-size, mid-size, and larger-size oil and gas company in North America has already locked in these prices for themselves in futures contracts deliveries for every quarter coming up, every quarter, out and out and out and out. They paid a premium to get it, but they're going to get the premium by delivering it, and they will produce no problem all the oil the market could possibly want. So this so-called shortage, don't buy into it. There is no shortage. There is more oil sloshing on this planet than we'll ever use. We are more fuel efficient this year than last year, than the year before, than the year before, and we're becoming even more fuel efficient going forward. In other words, every single person on the planet will use less oil per person per year to live our lives because we're becoming more efficient with our driving, our furnaces, all machinery and equipment becoming much more efficient. Fridges and stoves use much less energy. We are becoming a more efficient planet. We have to. We have no choice. And so the oil rebound, I see lower highs and lower lows, lower highs and lower lows in the long run of the oil market. But at the moment, 74.79, down 37 cents on the day is what we're looking at right now. All right, that is the oil market as of this minute. Thank you all for being here today. Will you quiz us for memory retention? Maybe. Maybe I'll do a surprise quiz. How about that? We'll start lesson number 3 with a surprise exam. See how attentive you folks are. I don't know. We'll see what's going on. SOFI 1777 right now. Bounced back from a 1768 low trade on a 1.5 million volume so far. Gamestop at $200.74, down $2. Now it's 201.28, down $1.56. Hit 199.41 on 232,000 shares. We've got ATIP at 910, up a nickel actually on 6,600 shares. We've got AMC at 53.64, up $1.68. We have Gores down 12 cents to 15.40. We have 23andMe down 1 penny to 10.92. We have Fifth Wall unchanged. We have VACQ Vector up 32 cents to 11.71. We've got NavSite NSH sitting at $10 even, down 2 cents. Starboard Value down a penny at 10.07. And we have SMH, so Vanek Vectors up $1.67 to 261.47. Home Depot down 70 cents. IBM down $1.42. Now that's surprising me, IBM, that it's had a downtick. I don't think this is going to last much longer. I think that the downtick here will be short-lived. I will not be surprised later this week that these shares are back into the low 140s, 142 to 144 would not surprise me. But the company did make an announcement last Friday that a couple of executives are moving on, but other executives are coming in, and I'm waiting for the fallout to kind of follow itself through. And we have a bit of a sell-off that came through last Friday, had a slight recovery because we got down to like 138, 139, back to 140.41, back to 140. Now we're at 138.32, waiting for this fallout to go through a little further. Because if you buy IBM right now, you're yielding 4.7% on your money. And in a lower interest rate environment, that's a pretty good deal. It's not going to stay very long down here. The Dow down 134 points now. I'm going to see if this is accurate. I'm showing a 138 point drop on the Dow. Yep, and we've got S&P down 5. And we're going to see what's going on. NASDAQ is up 34, oil down 31 cents. Interest rates are not going anywhere, but Chinese stocks not looking good. All Chinese connected securities are under pressure today because of Beijing's iron-fisted policy of dominating their own companies. The companies that they deem to be Chinese, they feel they have the right to dominate the company in every sense of the word, including data breaches or supposed data breaches. And they are really putting the boots to due diligence and investigations in China with regards to their companies that are publicly traded in the United States. And this just reaffirms my position that you do not get involved in any stock that has anything to do with China whatsoever, because you cannot trust the Chinese government to crack down on your company at any time, to arrest the board of directors and chief executive officers, put them behind bars, put them under house arrest, put them out of circulation without even saying anything. Like, for example, Jack Ma, who has been invisible for almost a year. Jack Ma has disappeared. He is under house arrest. He's not going anywhere. He can't get on his own private jet to get out of there. He can't go anywhere. Alibaba stock has been under pressure. Now we're noticing DD under pressure and other Chinese stocks under pressure. Stay away from anything to do with Chinese stocks, no matter how low they go. Avoid them at all costs. It is absolutely disgraceful what they're up to. You can't trust them, period, because these entities could be delisted at any time for failure to file or for failure to be transparent in their transactions. And this is the problem with China. China does not want the Western world to actually see the books, the real books of these entities, because many of them are controlled by and run by Chinese communist officials that don't appear anywhere on any documentation. Some of these management people are figureheads in front of the Chinese Communist Party. They don't want you to know that, and they're not going to allow the New York Stock Exchange and auditors from the SEC to dig into the minutiae of these publicly traded companies. And so they would rather that you buy the stock blindly as a loyal lapdog and just believe everything they say, that all is well, there's nothing to see here, when in reality, the emperor is wearing no clothes. There are some entities now listed on these exchanges where everything these companies do are basically backed by government subsidies. In effect, they are corporate, public-private corporate partnerships without us knowing it. And in reality, we think that you're investing in real publicly traded companies. You're not. You're investing in entities that are owned and controlled by the Communist Party of China. And they will not allow you to find out who's pulling the strings behind the scenes, like the Wizard of Oz movie. There's some guy behind the curtain who's doing it, and you have no idea who it is and what their motivations are. You're crazy to invest in these companies. Absolutely insane to do it. Microsoft up 75 cents, Apple up $1.37, Tesla up down $8, Bed Bath & Beyond at $30.87 down 43 cents, BlackBerry up 16 cents to $12.14. Cruise lines down 29 cents on Royal Caribbean at 85.75. We're down 43 on Norwegian, down 41 on Carnival. The cruise lines are going to continue to bleed money all this year, even though they're starting up their ships. They're making a big to-do about starting up their sailings, which is great. It's wonderful news for cruisers that cruise ships are sailing again and are going to start sailing again. The bad news is these guys are bleeding money on every ship they're operating, whether they're sitting in the water waiting to start or whether they're sailing with passengers, because even ships sailing with passengers could lose more money than if they're just sitting in the water off the coast of the Bahama Islands. And the reason for that is they're running at 30 to 50% capacity. They have to have all the protocol officers on board, all the safety officers on board. You have to have all the medical coverage on board. You have to have all the doctors and nurses on board under the new SEC rules and guidelines. You have to have distancing, which means restricted access, restricted numbers of people on these ships, and they are not making money. These cruise ships were running at 102 to 112% capacity in 2019, the last full year they had their earnings. And at 110, 11, and 12% capacity, as a fleet, these companies were earning 4 cents out of every dollar they were making a net profit. Their margins are incredibly narrow, very thin margins. They don't have a 50% profit margin like Apple does on one of these devices right here. Make this in a Chinese factory where they're getting paid $15 a day to come on in and slave away for 12 hours rather than being paid $200 a day in an American factory. Apple is making a killing on this stuff. They're doing it on their iPads and their computers. The so-called American company is just exploiting foreign workers to the tune of trillions of dollars. But no problem. Everyone's making money. It's all right. Cruise lines don't have that luxury. They don't make 50% margin on anything. Yeah, their drinks are $8 a drink, $12 a drink, and you can go, oh yeah, but Bruce, they sell a rum and Coke for $8.50. It only costs them 50 cents to make it. Yeah, it does, but it doesn't, because to make that rum and Coke at sea, you are generating expenses 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, because that bartender that's serving you that drink and the waiter or waitress that's bringing you that drink, those people are on the ship 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. You got to feed them 3 times a day. You got to house them. You got to give them access to internet so they can talk to the relatives back home. You got to pay them. This expense that these cruise lines have is a never-ending, like a taxi meter. It just runs and runs and runs. You don't drink 24/7. You drink 8 hours a day. You might drink 6 hours a day. You might drink 5 drinks in a day, 8 drinks in a day, 4 drinks in a day. You don't drink at all. They're not making enough money from the drinks to justify the entire cost of the entire experience. And without 110% capacity, If you're down to 35% capacity, you are bleeding money. You are spending more money on fuel than you're bringing in to pay for it. It's costing them money, but they have to do this to get the cruise line going again. They've got to get the cruise line going again. They've got to give the appearance that everything is coming around and it's all going to be okay now, so that you will go ahead and book your vacations for 2022, 23, and 24. And if you have noticed anything at all, you've probably noticed the cost of a cruise for the next year or so has doubled in price or is up 50%. It has gone way up in cost because, again, the cruise lines, A, they need the money desperately. Number two, they're only going to be at 60, 70% capacity. They got to charge more to make any money. And again, if you need 85, 90% capacity to break even and you're at 65, 70, say 6 months from now, you're going to have to charge 50% more per person to make that margin, to make any kind of margin. And these cruise lines are in debt $70 billion more than a year and a half ago to the bankers, and they got to pay them back. And that's where you come in. Yikes. Amazon up $64 to $35.75. Facebook up $1.13 to $3.55. Google up $8 to $2,582. That's what we got right now on this early morning market start. The Dow is now down 111, a little better than this morning's shot right down the tubes. 1777 on SOFI. Touch 1765 for the low. 1777 down 31 cents. This is a bargain. 2.39 million traded on SOFI. This is on sale. GameStop 199.70. I'm surprised to see it under 200 with the news from Reno. But again, we're talking probably about an overall market attitude, not specific to one stock. ATIP down 2 cents to 903. AMC up 62 cents. That's all it's up. 52.58, only up 62 cents. Gores down 30 to 15.22. 23andMe down 14 cents to 10.79. Fifth Wall up again, 12.27, up 33 cents. Vector up 1 penny to 11.40. Navsite down 6 cents to 9.96. Starboard unchanged, and that's where we're at right now on our faves. We're watching, and we're going to keep watching these markets to see how they perform for us. Thank you, all of you, for hanging out with me this morning and patiently waiting for me to get to some of your comments. I've had a lot to talk about today. We are really on top of a lot of stuff going on here. And appreciate you all popping through and saying hi. Looking forward to this weekend to start our classes. We start Saturday this week, 12 noon Eastern, and Sunday 12 noon Eastern for our classes. And I can't wait to get those going. We're going to do them every Saturday and Sunday. I will be down to only 2 private sessions on Saturdays and Sundays now because the classes are in the middle of sessions. So I'll be busy all day Saturdays and Sundays, as I usually am, except that we'll be doing the classes now for the middle part of the day. And that will allow me to visit with so many more of you than I could normally do on a one-on-one basis. And so I can really zero in on certain segments of this market to really zero in for you. The info you're dying to get your hands on that you need to know. There's info you need to be aware of. There are certain trading strategies you have to be aware of, and I'm looking forward to these classes, getting you to that level and helping you out. It's all about making money and understanding how to do it, but also it's all about not making investment mistakes, and that is something that I really like to concentrate on, is try to keep you guys away from bonehead moves that can wipe you out or can really take away from your gains. There's just no point in giving money to somebody else if you don't have to. Being a wise investor is probably over half the battle, actually. And sometimes, many of you have noticed by watching me and listening to me, sometimes the best move to make is not do a thing, to do nothing. Don't give up a stock when it goes down. Don't sell it down. Don't sell any of it. You're supposed to be a buyer when markets go down, not a seller when markets go down. You're supposed to be a seller when markets go up. And so through the option writing strategies that we're going to go over, you're going to be quickly realize, he never tells us when to sell a stock exactly, but by writing calls, we're always selling our stock. We're always putting it up there for an offer. And we're always cashing in on these dividends, these premiums. They all keep coming in. He keeps flowing us with cash. That is most of the battle right there. Welcome to the world of hedge funds and mutual funds and pension funds, where they have specialists in-house who do nothing but write options all the time. Whether the options are written for a day, an hour, a week, a month, a year, there are strategies covering every possible variance and situation. We have a lot of work to do together on the classes coming up, but I am stoked about it, and I think you're going to find it. I'm pretty sure you're going to find it very helpful to you. And there you go. Thank you, everybody. Let's see. I keep telling people Apple's not an American product. Let's see. Both IRA and index fund are the only thing helping me keep sane. My stocks have been bleeding for days and weeks. Let's see. And they're occupied. Yes, the cruise lines are occupied by passengers who paid 2 years ago and are now traveling on cruise credits. The money was spent a long time ago. That's right. People were paying in 2018 and 19 for cruises for 2021 and 22. All the 2020 classes, or I guess last year's classes after March, April were canceled. All of 2021s were wiped out or redone completely. 22s were all wiped out, and they've had to put new schedules together from scratch. So everyone who had cruises booked and paid for from 17, 18, 19, even early 2020, all those folks were given notifications at various times in the last year and a half to say, I'm sorry, but your cruise is canceled. We're not sailing after all. But if you keep your credit with us, your money with us, we'll give you a 20% bonus for another cruise. And so there's folks out there who have, for like each person, they have, say, $2,000 a person on deposit. That's $4,000. Now they've been given $4,800 of spendable money. They went ahead and booked a new cruise right away. Even a year ago, they booked a cruise for, say, 2022. At the end of the day, they realized that this extra $800 we got, that's going to pay the tips. That's going to pay for drinks. They even threw in Wi-Fi to keep us around. A lot of folks are realizing we're only going to spend $500 to $1,000 for this whole week on some excursions and maybe a spa treatment or two. That's it. Instead of spending $6,000, we're going to spend $1,000. That's bad news for the cruise line, because these two folks will come onto the ship. They'll get their cabin, which is likely a balcony. They will get their food. They will get their drink package they've purchased already. There was very little money coming into the cruise line to make money off of them, because the cash that they were given back in 18 or 19 or 20, they lived on that money already. That cruise line has burned that money off, just keeping ships alive and waiting, ready to go. So these cruises coming up are going to cost these cruise lines millions, hundreds of millions of dollars to fulfill, because a ship might have 1,500 passengers instead of 3,000. It might have 1,500. Out of the 1,500, 1,000 of them are cruise credit passengers. Only 500 are actually paying the fare to go on the ship. But to move an entire vessel 1,500 miles over 7 days, or 2,000 miles over 7 days, whatever that distance of the cruise is, port charges, fees, all these other expenses they have, 500 people will not cover the cost, not even close. And so the cruise lines are bleeding cash, bleeding it. Not as bad as they were a year ago, but it's bad nonetheless. They will not break even in 2022. They'll be lucky to break even in 2023 and start making profit in 2024. This is how long this is going to go, and these stocks are overpriced. That's what it is. How else would they know, right? Some of us do drink 24/7, you know. I believe it. I've seen the drinking games here on Friday afternoons. Yeah. Oh, operationally, cruise lines break even at 100% capacity. The casinos make all the profits. Let's see. What else is going on? You know, if you made a malt liquor named 24/7, you'd make a fortune, because everyone would be talking about drinking 24/7. Well, I think you got a point there. Yeah, it might not be a smart PR move from mothers and grandmothers might look down on that, but then again, they're not likely not the drinkers of this stuff. So I don't know. Let's see. The average down SoFi, I guess. SoFi right now 17.72, down 36 cents. SoFi hit a low of 17.65 on 3 million shares so far. So it's back a little bit. GameStop 197.50 down 5.33. The low 197.01. ATIP 8.99 down 6 cents today on 25,000 shares. Rather quiet. AMC up 30 cents now to 52.26, near the low of its day here. Gore's down 22 cents. 23andMe down 29. Fifth Wall up 33. Vector up a dime. Mixed otherwise is what we've got right now. Flash sale on SoFi. There you go. IBM dropping a bit. Last trade on IBM, 138.96. Low of the day, 138.15. It's actually come back quite smartly. It's 139 now, actually. It's come back 85 cents here in about 10 minutes to 139. That initial sell wave may have come and gone on IBM, 1.3 million. That might be it for the blowout, and now we might see a pop. 139.02 on IBM. It's starting to come back on. So we'll see what's going on. What are we going to do? B Fitz, how you doing, Bruce? Is it a good day to write GameStop covered calls, or should one wait for an update to take advantage of higher premiums? Always the proverbial question, what to do with GameStop. If you're looking to write a call for this Friday to expire by this Friday, you're probably, you were this morning when the stock was at 202, you were probably looking at 240s or 250s. At 198 right now, you might want to wait a bit, see if the stock has a bit of a bounce back today. I'm not saying it will, I'm not saying it won't, but you never know. But I would still be thinking maybe towards the afternoon, if the shares are in this neighborhood of 198 to 200, you may still want to look at 240s or 245s or 235, something like that. And right for this Friday, let them die in 4 days. Hopefully you'll bring in a nice little premium on them and bring in some cash. Something to look at. You might want to look at writing a week from Friday calls. Maybe you can write 260s, 270s from a week from Friday, but buy them back by next week, Wednesday. So use the next 7 or 8 days, because this is Tuesday. So use until next Wednesday. Write them now for next week, Friday. Watch the depreciation of time get eaten up, hopefully, and then pick them off next week, Tuesday or Wednesday, at maybe a third of the price that you sold them for. Sell them at 9, buy them at 3. Sell them at 10, buy them at $2 to $3. Make a buck a day on your stock. That would be my strategy on this. Keep an eye open for that. Let's go. We got classes coming up. Oh, man. SoFi trying to turn the corner. Well, let's hope so. IBM 139.07, by the way, now only down 95 cents. So IBM has almost come back a full dollar from its low in the 15-minute mark. We've got SoFi at 17.72. No gain yet, but it did try. We're watching for that 3.1 million volume on SoFi this morning. All right. Should I sell a loss, continue to wait? Nope, you do not do that. Nope, you sit and do nothing. Here you go. You never want to catch a falling knife. If you want to bail, then bail, but don't panic sell. You'll just be panic buying. Yeah, you don't do that. Don't try to time this SoFi market. SoFi is only down 37 cents a share. This is nothing. This is diddly. This is just a little blip. If this were down $5, I'd worry, but not 37 cents. I'm not worried about that. This is the kind of stock that can go up $3 in an hour at any time. One analyst releasing a report on SoFi anytime this week, talking about the company's midterm to long-term game plan with a target price of 25 or 28 or 30 for, say, a year from now. That could pop this stock from 17, where we are now, to $23 in 1 day. So do not try to play games with this SoFi. You buy it and hold it. Try to pick off these contracts. Try to get $17.50 calls, $15 calls if you can for next January. Those would be the ones I'd be looking at. It's just my hunch. All righty. Let's see. Here we go. Thanks. Sorry, my bad. I missed the alert. Okay, but now you know. You can get in there. Well, let's see. What else is going on? Welcome. Oh, yeah, you guys are probably right. I'm just getting nervous here watching it go down over so many days. Yeah, I wouldn't really worry about this. Every SPAC you're into here, ground floor. You're into the absolute ground floor. You are into stock way pre-IPO in traditional terms. There are a lot of stocks going public this week through IPOs, and anyone buying those shares on the first trades are paying top dollar. They're paying ridiculous prices for stock. those kinds of people are going to be buying your stock in SoFi and ATIP and 20 Gores and 23andMe. These shares you have here, you're going to be the seller in the 30s and the 40s and the 50s to people who are all hyped up and want to get in now because they heard such great things about the company. Stuff you heard a year ago. You're going to be sitting back going, yeah, okay, yeah, you can. I'll sell you some stock, or I'll write options. How about playing my options? I'll write a $45 call sitting at 38 a share here. I'll write a $45 call for a month or two, bring in $4 or $5 a share. Why don't we do that? Yes, we're gonna have some fun here. Let's see. Yep, I've learned the hard way that if I sold at a loss and bought the same stock again, I had to pay a high price for it because it's called a wash sale. Let's see. SoFi isn't going to a zero, that's for sure. Gamestop right now is 198.13, a little better. Let's see. I'm holding $12 SoFi calls for January. I've been screaming about SoFi for a year now. Right on. SoFi 1778, a little better. Got as low as 1765. GameStop hit a low of 197.01. It's 198.28 now on GameStop. 8-cent drop on ATIP. AMC up 81 cents. Gore's down 28. 23andMe down 36. Fifth Wall up 32. Vector up 8. That's where we are right now. January 2021, SoFi calls are 565 at a $15 strike price. Do they seem okay to you? Well, they're in the money, $278 right now. So you're paying $1.80 for a premium. It's an okay buy. I wouldn't. I mean, it might be a little higher than that. Actually, maybe $2.80 buy. The premium is okay. For January, you're fine. You can pick those up. Take a look at them. Uncle Bruce, did you send out an alert on YouTube for members for the classes this Saturday? I did. I did indeed. Martin, as anyone living in the UK, every time Uncle Bruce says a boot, my heart jumps with delight. Oot in the boot. SoFi bottom could be 15. Be prepared to hold. When stock goes up, it'll go up lightning fast. I don't know if it'll be that low. 1775 right now. Feels like GameStop is also an IPO. Woohoo, 197.68. Do we have any more info on SoFi bank charter thing? It's underway, in for final approval. We're told September, October, something like that. I don't know what day it is. I'm kind of wondering if we get a notification tomorrow that people will just go, oh, I didn't know it would be tomorrow. I just... At any time, the minute that thing happens, I believe the minute they get their charter, the company's completely looked at completely different by everybody. I mean, every analyst, every hedge fund, every pension fund, every mutual fund will look at this company in a whole different way because now they're going to go, oh my gosh, it's a online banking stock with a bank charter. That's a different classification of company. That's a major up move. That is a huge up move in legitimacy. They're going to get the bank charter. They're going to get it. It's just a question of what day they get it approved. But I believe that within a month of the bank charter's approval, stock's up 50 to 100% from wherever it's at that time. If it's at 17, it'll be 34. It could be up as 34. If it's at 24, it could be 48. Do not be surprised. The minute the bank charter comes in, all kinds of panic buying will come into the stock, especially from shorters. They will get their butts handed to them. But, you know, what can I say? I just bagged another 500 SoFi. Delicious dip. There you go. That's what you got to be doing. Good morning, Uncle Bruce. Thanks for classes alert on the weekend queue. If we catch the edited classes instead of the live ones, do we still have to email you? No, you do not. You only let me know if you would like to be a member of the live student body on Saturday or on Sunday. That is what the alert is for. The alert is for the live attendees only. If you're just looking to watch the reruns, sit back, do this, and go, no problem. They're going to have that class on Saturday afternoon, and by Saturday night, Bruce and his editor will upload the rerun from Saturday afternoon. And same thing, Sunday night, we'll upload the Sunday afternoon. And so Saturday night, Sunday night, and Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, for as long as you want, you can catch those reruns anytime you want, as many times as you want to watch them. So yeah, coming up, I feel SoFi could pop 10 or 12 bucks in a day coming up due to the news. I don't know if it'll be that dramatic, but there's a $4 to $5 day coming, maybe a couple of them in a row. Yes, I think so. Bruce, tell Jen to buy a bucket of fries from MCD. Uncle Bruce, Dave wants to know, what are your current thoughts for the future of our 23andMe stock? I have 50 calls that expire in December. Audits currently less. They're less than I paid. Hasn't done near what we thought upon release. Still, I think it's going up. I believe that the 23andMe shares, along with Gore's Holdings, ATIP, SOFI, and all the other SPACs I recommend, I think they're going to have a wonderful summer and fall. Just wonderful. 23andMe, I believe, are shortly going to be on a blitz, a PR information blitz designed through their investor relations department to educate the entire world, following stock market world, about what 23andMe is all about. Many people know of 23andMe in a way, but they don't really know, they certainly don't know anything about the public company now because it's 2 weeks old, 3 weeks old. I believe it's going to be a blitz on all of these companies through all of their PR departments. And I also believe that a number of these stocks, like virtually all of them, will have a number of analysts writing analytical reports on their futures and giving out guesstimates of market value. Like, I think the shares will be trading at so many dollars a share a year from now. It's a buy, or it's a overweight, or whatever terms they give it. Used to be buy, sell, hold. Now they don't use those terms anymore. They use all kinds of other fancy terms. But it always means buy, sell, or hold. I think most of these will be ranked a buy. Some might be ranked a hold. It depends on the analyst and how long they're looking out forward, how far out forward they're looking. 23andMe has some serious money into this deal and some serious people in here. Yeah, we know about Richard Branson. We know about his group through the SPAC. We know all about that. But what we also have to be aware of is that the founder of 23andMe, the co-founder, she was married to one of the creators of Google. Google, the company, is a seed investor in 23andMe. A number of pharmaceuticals are seed investors in 23andMe. And they have done deals with 23andMe and will do more. I expect 23andMe to do a series of negotiated licensing deals through these international pharmaceuticals around the world for decades to come. This company is going to get much larger and will grow their cash flows dramatically. You know this through me. We on this channel have been talking about 23andMe now for months, but there are 1,094 people watching me live right now who are hearing what I'm talking about with respect to 23andMe. There are 500 million people who are not watching me live, who do not know what we know is coming on 23andMe, Gore's Holdings, which will be Matterport, ATIP, SOFI. They don't know yet. They will, but they don't know yet. We're early. We're really early. But you have to be early to get the best deal. You might sit here and go, I could have had a better deal. Yeah, you could have maybe caught a little lower price. Forget about it. When this stock is 25, 35, 45, and 55, you won't remember a day like today. You won't remember today. You'll forget all about the frustration of, oh, I could have had it $1 cheaper. I could have. Forget about it. You're in there. You're going to sit on it now, and it's going to work for you. You've got to let this stock work for you. I can guarantee you that the folks at 23andMe and all of their pals and associates and contacts in New York, Wall Street, and every other financial center that they have contacts at, they are not done with this. We have not yet begun to move this market. So hang tight. We should be a lot of fun here. Here we go. Uncle Bruce, being a month since publicly traded, when should the investor relations department start putting out press to get hype going? I remember you mentioning giving some time to get going. Exactly. SOFI has unbelievable hype coming as a company because, of course, they are hosting the Super Bowl in their named stadium in LA next February. Between now and February, just the NFL exposure through every football game and them talking about the upcoming Super Bowl, especially during the playoff run, It's going to be unbelievable. But the company itself growing out exponentially with all of these new customers that they're signing up online because they don't have a single branch office anywhere. They're going to be over 3 million customers in this bank's orbit within the next few months. And then they'll be on their way to 5 million and then 10 million customers. This growth curve of SoFi has not gone unnoticed already in certain areas of Wall Street. But the reality is 90% of the world doesn't know these guys exist to the extent that they exist. You've probably noticed in the last 2 weeks, we used to trade 3 to 5 million shares a day, all day, 3 to 5 million shares. Last week, we were trading between 20 and 55 million shares every day on SoFi. Now, this morning, 3.9 million. We've got about 4 million right now going through in the first, hour, 40 minutes. 40 minutes, we got 4 million going through. We're on our way to a 20, 25 million share day again. SoFi bringing out, having an independent analyst talk about SoFi, about their game plan and their business plan over the next 6 months to a year. That report, if one of those came out this week, it would be read by probably 30 million people, where a month ago it would have been read by about 1 million people. And 3 months ago, no one would have read it because it wasn't a publicly traded company. This stock is becoming known exponentially as each week goes by. Just sit tight, get your position, pick off low stock if you can, scoop up cheap contracts while you can, and get ready. When it goes, it's gone, and it will not care whether you're in or not because the stock has no feelings for you. It's not your friend. It's a tool for you to make money. Get this tool. Grab it now. It's $17.86. It's improving. Jennifer!
Hey, we're not married to it.
We're not married to it? What, are we married to it? What are you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
I got to tell you, I had to confess to the market. I had to confess to this channel.
What'd you do?
I had 900 people watching me in the first 20 minutes this morning, and now we're 1,100 people here. I had to make a confession. I'm exhausted. I'm physically tired. My legs are really tired, my hips, my back, and I thought, what did I do? And I realized, you know what you did? You took a day off. The biggest mistake you could have possibly done. You took a day off, and you didn't sit in front of the computer for 5 hours live on 2 shows and just talk to people. Oh, no. You went out of the house with Jennifer and got in the car. You had to gas up on the way out of town, which meant you had to get out of the car and move. Then we drove the car to Cranbrook, and we walked around this gigantic Walmart for a half an hour.
Poor sad.
You and I got exercise yesterday. What was that all about? Then we went and had a McDonald's bite to eat, of course, nutritious. Then we went to the superstore, grocery store, walked around that gigantic thing for 30 more minutes.
That's right.
We walked a couple of miles yesterday.
What most of the people in your community just don't realize is that we don't have a McDonald's.
We don't have a McDonald's in Creston. We don't have one. So we have to go an hour and 15 minutes each direction to have a Big Mac.
Those golden arches, you're like, French fries.
And we were not allowed to leave town until last week.
Yeah.
We were locked in. We couldn't get out of here. So we only have an A&W, a Subway,
Dairy Queen,
a Dairy Queen, a Tim Hortons, a couple of pizza joints. Yeah. That's it. Then we have a couple of mom and pop type shops.
Stuff, yeah.
We don't have a McDonald's. We don't have a Wendy's. We don't have a Burger King. We don't have an Arby's. We don't have a Quiznos.
I'm sure someone
In-N-Out
makes really good fries, but we haven't found them yet.
We haven't found someone who makes really good fries in this town like McDonald's. So when we went out yesterday, we did our shopping and walking around. And this guy sitting in front of this machine, right, talking to you people for 5 hours a day, I'm getting fat. I'm out of shape. So this morning I was exhausted. I couldn't believe how tired I was.
So you're not going to blame it on the COVID spread?
I want to. I can't. Yeah.
We have a new Governor General. Do you feel more fulfilled as a Canadian knowing that we now have a new Governor General?
Queen's representative in the country.
Yes. Any guesses?
Who is it?
Well, of course, the journalists are going crazy saying, isn't it handy that he's appointed a Governor General now, just after getting his haircut and shaving the beard off?
Oh, true. Trudeau got a haircut. He got his beard up.
He might need to go and knock on the door and ask for a favor if they could Could you please dissolve government?
Yeah, we're having an election
We'd
this
like to have an
fall.
election.
It's the open
absolutely
it's the open
on.
secret. It's a minority government. They're going to call an election, but you need a governor general in place
We are
to dissolve
on.
Parliament. So
Like
who's our
Donkey
governor general?
Her name is Mary Simon.
It's a she. It's a she.
Well, and the really wonderful
And she's replacing
part,
another female, by
yes,
the way.
the wonderful part is that they haven't mentioned yet that she's a woman. They're just letting us see it.
Oh.
That's not a big deal because she's Inuit. She's our first Indigenous.
She's an Indigenous.
She was born in Nunavut, and she's Indigenous. Yes.
You think there's politics in
And
royalty?
Boy, you can bet she's been vetted every year. She's already an OBE.
She's been vetted.
She's our first Indigenous diplomat. This one's not going to have any skeletons.
Our previous governor general had baggage that kind of came out, and she had a way with the staff that wasn't all that pleasant, and they had to kind of get her to voluntarily
and the fact
go
that
away.
No one discovered this during her vetting is unbelievable.
Showing how loosey-goosey the vetting was.
This is a type A personality astronaut.
Our former governor general, was she? No, she wasn't an astronaut. She was an Olympic athlete, wasn't she?
No, I think she was in the astronaut program.
She was an astronaut, a NASA astronaut.
Very type A.
Very type A. Like, get it done. Oh, that doesn't work in politics.
If I can do it perfectly,
you can do it perfectly. No, that's not. You have to be a people manager, and so now we have a diplomat, a former diplomat, as our governor general, who happens to be an Indigenous Canadian. Yay!
God, if she was LGBTQ2S,
perfect.
It'd be perfect.
Anyway, if she were LGBT, it'd be perfect. Oh my gosh, the world in which we live.
Oh goodness!
Yikes!
But yeah,
what can I say?
She looks.
Acceptable.
She looks great.
It's all good, and she can now allow Parliament to be dissolved. We can call her election.
Oh, Lord.
It doesn't mean she resigns. She stays where she is, and we got our new government in. And
she's the queen when the queen isn't here.
She's our queen's representative. That's right. That's right. She will read the speech from the throne for the new parliamentary session.
Yes, and she's going to read it in Inuktitut. So
Inuit.
They better get some.
That's right.
They better get some
translators. Do we have more than 2 official languages? Is Inuit part of our official language?
No, but it's her native language, so I think she gets to speak it
whatever she wants. That's going to be interesting. I wonder
especially right now.
I wonder if ever they have Inuit. Well, I don't know. How can they have an official language other than all the languages of the Indian tribes over the years? I mean, there's hundreds of them.
Each nation has their own
language. Each nation has their, that would be logistically
something
impossible.
That I'm sure these people don't know who are listening going, why are we talking about this?
She's talking about you.
But in the Creston Valley, this is the traditional unceded land of the Tunaha Kootenai people who had a unique language. It's very odd in world history to have a unique language. That usually happens on like an
islands
where you
they're
just
separated.
don't have the opportunity to speak to other people.
Right.
The people here had opportunity. They had neighbors, but they didn't have to talk to them. They didn't have to trade to them because they had everything they needed.
They had everything for sustaining life
and
here.
And they had a unique boat made especially for the Kootenai and for getting the salmon and stuff.
See?
It's an amazing history, a very unique history.
See? That what they don't teach you in school.
What they don't teach you in school.
See?
And what did they find? 171 bodies?
Oh, yeah.
From Cranbrook, which were the Lower Kootenai band people.
Yeah. These residential schools run by the Catholic Church, they're finding these unmarked graves at all these residential schools that have been shut down in the 50s and the 60s. And now they're finding
70s and the 90s.
And they're finding these past nightmares.
Unmarked graves,
undocumented deaths. Families always wonder whatever happened to that.
Graves.
Whatever happened to so and so's baby? Whatever happened to that kid?
Yeah.
Never came back. Yikes. Yeah, and those who did come back, those who came back had nightmares to talk about. They talked nightmares. No one believed them. You're making it all up.
And
the Catholic Church would never do anything wrong.
The people who wrote the report saying 40% of these children are dying back in the early 1900s, they hid the reports and shushed and discredited the reporters. who wrote them.
Yeah, the whistleblowers were just dismissed.
So now the bell is tolling.
The bell is tolling. That's right. Yeah, Canadians are a little embarrassed about what we're finding here, to say the least. And we had
a badly hid secret.
And
we had our own genocide. We had one of those. And July the 1st was just our Canada Day. There were not a lot of fireworks going on this Canada. It was kind of more of a reflection day. Yeah, and we're worried about. We as Canadians are worried about hundreds of more residential school sites. There's thousands of them.
Thousands of them to be unearthed and or to be discovered. It's just it's bad. It's bad. Yeah.
I love the story though about how the priest, when he left, took the headstones off so that they couldn't be identified. That's great. That's not an issue.
No, that's not a problem.
They don't have to go to prison for that, do they? Oh no, wait, that's crime.
Nasty. Yeah, we got issues up here. We're not like saintly, We got Tim Hortons. We body check during hockey. We have Canadian Football League. We tackle here too. But some of us
went crazy last
some of us in the NFL here, the Pittsburgh Steelers, you don't just discuss CFL and NFL in the same sentence. That's not good. So
CFL is like JV high school. Not even varsity.
Don't go there. Don't go there.
You can tell just by looking at the teams.
Don't go there.
Right, you're saying little baby, soft baby.
Don't go there. Don't be comparing CFL to NFL. Don't be doing that with Jen. No. So, Taskmaster, I've been telling the class about our classes.
Yes.
I've been telling the channel about our class. And I've been warning them that you are the vice principal in charge of discipline. Whack. So be on your best behavior if you're coming into these classes on the weekend. And all morning the phone has been going.
I'll be watching.
People are signing up, sending in their dough.
Excellent.
They're coming in. So these classes are on.
Did you tell them what we found?
What we found?
In the grocery store.
In the grocery store?
In Cranbrook.
In Cranbrook?
A dozen sesame.
That's right. We went into the bakery department. We went to the bagel section. How many blueberry bagels? How many blueberry bagels would you like? They're on sale. Raisin blueberry bagels. How many do you want? Those aren't bagels. Those are cakes.
I don't know what that is.
But sesame seed bagels, I found 2 packages of 6 each, and that's it. And this is the super center, the big one. I found 12 bagels. I grabbed them and I hugged them and I held them. I said, I'm going to eat you when we get home. So we have a dozen bagels at the moment.
So I'm assuming it's going to be the classic.
I'm thinking a sesame seed bagel with the Concord grape jelly from Welch's that was shipped to me by one of my viewers at great expense from around the world. Oh yeah, we're going into that. And Jen is off to make her tea and produce a bagel. Am I a lucky guy or what? Yes, we are. We're very fortunate that we found those. Because man, oh man, it was grim. Here around here, we can't find any. We can't find any bagels around here anywhere. It was just nothing. Oh my gosh. Well, let's see what's going on here. 196.70 on GameStop. It bottomed out at 195.31 a few minutes ago. Now 196.70. When is the bottom on that one? SoFi 17.66. We're at the low of the day here on 4.6 million shares. So we're going to flush this one out. Sooner or later, they run out of bullets and they run out of stock. ATIP, 885 down 20 cents. AMC up 61 cents. Gores down 25 cents. ME, 23 down 41 cents at 1052. And Bargoon City here. Fifth Wall Acquisition up 36 cents to 12.30. Vector up 11 to 11.50. Navsite down 2 cents. Starboard up a penny. That's where we're at on our SPACs. The Dow is down 264 on a bit of profit taking. I don't quite know the real reason for the Dow to be lower. S&P is down 18 points today. Chinese tech stocks getting crushed today on the New York exchanges. Anything to do with China, as far as a publicly traded company goes, it is get out now at all costs and stay out. This is an absolute joke for investors. There is no fair play here whatsoever. Chinese companies are in real trouble with their Chinese government because they are targeting publicly traded Chinese companies that are listed in the U.S. as a retaliation against America, and they're claiming it to be for national security purposes. It is just a game, and I would avoid these issues at all costs. Do not get involved in any Chinese stock. You're just asking to get abused by these communist officials. Absolute goonballs. No, thank you. Goombas is what they are. Goombas. Anyway, what can I say? A relaxed SoFi, a long-term or generational stock. It's going to do great. Bank charter for on SoFi is going to go through. It's going to move this stock up 15% instantly. I think 50%. It'll just pop 50% instantly and then double after that. But we'll see what's going on. Sell SoFi. I'm desperately trying to find money to buy more right now. I'm holding 12 SoFi calls for January 2021. I've been screaming about SoFi for a year now. SoFi January 21 calls are 565. Do they seem okay? I think they do. Uncle Bruce, did you send out an alert for YouTube? I did. We're seeing some messages here a second time. Let me keep on going here. I'd like for GameStop to stop with the good news. Maybe that would cause the stock to spike. They did announce this morning, if you're joining me late, GameStop did make an announcement this morning that they are building, they've leased a building, a fulfillment center in Reno, Nevada to handle West Coast transactions for online sales. So GameStop has their big warehouse in Grapevine, Texas that handles the southern U.S. They now have Reno, which are just building out now. They'll be ready for 2022, they're saying. This was announced this morning. And then York, Pennsylvania, 700,000 square foot facility there. That should be up and running later this year. So that gives them the Northeast, the West, and now the South with Grapevine. They have a facility in Australia. They have a facility in Brantford, Ontario for Canada. I believe they have a facility in the UK, but I'm not sure about the European situation. I'm not sure. I believe they do have one. I just don't remember where they have one. So they are going global with their e-commerce work and delivery. So let's see what happens here. That came out this morning, and the stock is down 649 to 196.34. GameStop's low today, 195.22, now 196.33 on volume, not even a million shares. We have 838,000 shares. So it is not a volume of stock we want out problem. It is a lack of investor interest coming in problem. And I just think that there are some people out there, a lot of people out there, expecting some kind of a blockbuster announcement to take this to another level. I think that's what they're all looking for. And the company seems to be bringing us little tiny announcements at a time, little tiny pieces of news, which is telling me they're busy. They're busy on different fronts with all kinds of different projects going simultaneously. Do not be surprised for more of this. And I think that's the better way to go. I'd rather they just keep bringing us news and news and news and news. No Diddy. Okay, Uncle Bruce, there you go. No Diddy, from investment stock trader to Bruce's full-time caretaker to assistant principal. What a career path for Jen. I'm telling you, she is on the way. Dozens of new bank rules now in place. Not sure what the effects will be, more than the U.S. Let's see, less than 1 million traded on GameStop in the first hour. Zero, nada, no, not the volume. The game of chicken between retail and shorts continues, and we have all the time in the world. This is the thing about GameStop. I believe the GameStop success story will be like the AMC success story. That can happen at any time. You bring in 1 million additional buyers of GameStop shares that will pick off between 1 and 100 shares each. This will run the market to 250 to 350 a share without any issues whatsoever. Other news coming out would be really cool. If they're going to talk about a coin-based type dividend deal, that would be interesting. That would be a sensational announcement. It's like sensational news, dominating media for weeks. If they brought out an acquisition, if they're talking about we're buying company blah, blah, blah with all the money we have and stock we can issue, we're taking over this outfit. And that is an outfit that is worth, say, $3 billion as a private entity, but inside a public entity would be worth $30 billion. That would take GameStop to another entire level. I don't know if something like that is underway, cooking up or not. Even if they were to do a series of $200 and $300 million company acquisitions that turn into $2 to $3 billion valued acquisitions inside the company, you do 5 of those, you've just added double the value to this company right there. we'll see what's going on. I don't think the phones are quiet over there. I think they are very active, and there's a lot going on right now. Anyway, that is the deal. Oh, look at what's coming up.
Did you smell it coming?
We need one of those too. Oh, yeah, baby. Look at that. Can you see that? There's the the sesame seed bagel with grape jelly. You gotta love this. Oh, Jim, thank you so much. This looks so delicious. It's bound to make the market go up. I mean, how can the stock not go up when a guy like me is eating this on the air like I do every day when I'm on the air? 196.72, 196.81 now on Gamestop. Can we break through 197 and take a shot for 200? Because I'm going to eat a bagel. SOFI 1771. It's time for SOFI to take a shot. ATIP at 888. The AMC is up 73 cents to 52.69. Gore's down 24 cents here to 15.28. 23andMe down, where are we at? Down 40 cents to 10.53. Fifth Wall Acquisition going higher, up 42 cents to 12.36 a share. We are just 40 cents away from a new high again on this stock all time. VACQ at 11.50, up 11 cents. It went down to 11.28 after about half an hour of trading this morning, but now has come back from 11.28 to 11.50 and 516,000 volume. No announcement, no date for the shareholder vote, but boy, is this stock hinting that something's about to happen. So just waiting it out. I'm just sitting here going, anytime you want to tell us, I'll pass on the word. Doing all I can to let the world know what's going on. There you go. Royal RC has been pretty clear. He is in Chewy mode. He's going to convert this company into a Chewy type company for gaming and electronic items, and it's going to make money. We'll see what's going on. I'm secretly hoping that GameStop right now is going to sell another 5 million shares, bringing in another $1 billion. I tell you, it wouldn't be a bad idea. It wouldn't be a bad idea if they did bring in another $1 billion. Go to 2.9 billion cash. They could be an even more aggressive buyer of assets. I agree. The more they sell, the richer that company is. In cash, I like it. Did you mean an e-coin? Hedge funds could still manipulate that. Well, Maddie, it all depends on what kind of an e-coin we're talking about. I don't know. Oh. Welcome back.
Are you saying welcome back to your day?
Welcome back. Yes, I am. Wally's World, you got it. Sesame bagel with grape jelly de excellence. You know it. Yeah. Woo. Always Gaming saying, I lived next to a bagel shop years ago. I'm missing it so much. But it smelled delightful. Oh, boy. Wow. Any news on 23andMe? I've been out of the loop for a week. Nothing specific, but do not be surprised at any time that 23andMe starts talking at any time. Wow. The picture of satisfaction right there. Beautiful. Gotta love it. The Dow down 294. S&P down 21. NASDAQ down 4. All stocks, all indexes are off. Not heavily, but they're all down a bit. 308 on the Dow right now. Watching the market. Oh, so good. Oh, yeah. Thank you all for being with me here today, and Jennifer. We appreciate it so much. Great to see you all here today. We're so pumped up. We're ready to roll on our classes this weekend. We start Saturday and Sunday. And every Saturday and Sunday going forward, we'll be launching classes. And reruns will be on the website, which we launch Wednesday, Thursday this week. We should relaunch the website. So it'll be primitive at the beginning, and then we'll evolve as we go forward. So just bear with us as we fire everything up. ATIP 888. That's right. Christopher, Bruce, when exactly should I sell GameStop? I need an exact price with an exact date for the future. Exactly. Let me get back to you on that. I got an 8 ball here somewhere. So much red today. Yawn. What can we say? 196.04 on GameStop. 1762 on SoFi. All right, more bagel. Oh yeah. How low do you think SoFi can go before it'll bounce back? Bumble, I don't know. I think anybody selling here is obviously not a believer in the entity long term. They're a flipper. They were looking for a quick buck and didn't get it, and they're just being kicked out, or they're just kicking themselves out of the trade. That's my hunch. I can't prove it. That's kind of my gut feel, though. Anyone buying this stock here, if you're buying it for the reasons we like it, you are a smart person. 1757 a share. This is a steal. I was, begging you folks to buy this at 14 bucks a share several months ago, and a number of you did. You grabbed it. You grabbed options and so on. Even with all the selling, it's still at 1750. I mean, it hasn't backed all the way off. I don't know if it will. I can't justify it to do it. I believe 28 to 30 should be where this stock should be at. It is becoming a meme stock, bit by bit by bit. Is being followed more and more on Wall Street bets. The short position is too high. There's all the right reasons for the stock to take a shot. But if there's a seller involved in crushing it right now, trying to keep it down, this seller will run out of bullets. Eventually will run out of gas, cannot keep selling and selling. You don't have infinite money. And that's when the other side of it comes up. And that's where the bargain hunters will step in here. The day traders will get in, the flippers. But also long-term investors will start gobbling up all this paper. And there will be a gap, and that could be a $3 a share gap without any question at all. And then we're on our way. Let's see what's going on. So good. So good. Fantastic. Just had a little bump on SoFi, just a little, from 1755 to 1765. 1768. Yeah. 196.91 on GameStop. Low trade, 195.22. So we're $1.70 higher. Those of you who are waiting for information on classes, confirmations and stuff, just bear with us. All day today, they'll be coming out again. We'll be doing this all day long here. With the market being down today, but FANG stocks are up, is this the CCP effect that's affecting things? Maybe. It's possible. Not for sure. Profit taking maybe as well. Look at the charts the last little while. They've been just up. There's got to be some reflection. I know you've been working hard, Uncle Bruce, but isn't 8 ball really necessary? I mean, really? Martin, Uncle Bruce, do I remember correctly that you mentioned being interviewed for the Netflix show covering GameStop Frenzy earlier this year? Did it ever happen? The show will be released. Martin, you know what? I haven't heard a thing from these guys now in about, boy, how long has it been? I was being approached by them back in February, March maybe, right? But I think from like April to now, I don't know if I've had any contact from anybody. Because as things kind of quieted down and shares didn't go to 1,000 a share, and they didn't go back to 10 for GameStop, for example. Heard nothing. So I'm here. You know, they know where I am, but I have no idea where this is at. I do not know. Bruce has graduated to an Ouija board. Oh man. Let's see. Let's see here. Thank you, everybody. I'm eyeing 23andMe. I could average down my 1250s for January, or I could average up my 10s for January. There you go. Yeah, I mean, 23andMe, you can grab 10s. Stocks at 1053. Could be a buy. There are times where you'll see a stock come down, but the options don't come down very much. They're just not reflecting the price of the stock. And rather than pay too much for an option, you're better off just buying up the stock. You know, it's an entity that never expires. There's no premium to it. It is the boss over the options. And you see a stock backing off too much, like 23andMe at 1050 a share, 1053. You know, the stock goes to 15, you make 50% of your money. I mean, you can't not take a deal like that. You know, now understand that if you can buy an option and make 4 times your money in the same move, great. But if the option price doesn't give it to you, if the premiums are so ridiculous here that you can't get that kind of return, then you buy the stock and then use the stock as your instrument later as an option writer, and you will be handsomely rewarded. So keep that in mind. Keep that in mind. I became American because I thought Bruce had a fortune-telling crystal ball. I want a refund. I didn't know it was an 8-ball. It's amazing how psychological the $200 mark is on GameStop. It feels so deflating every time it goes below 200. It's just all in our heads. Exactly. It's all psychological. Let's see. Keep her going here. 196.41 on GameStop. Oh boy. $17.65 SOFI. 196.32 on GameStop. Dow down 278, S&P down 19, NASDAQ up 5.9. Oil down 93 cents a barrel to 74.23. Just got some more SoFi. Well done. Anybody have any news on when we're going to hear about NSH? I'm open for news anytime. I can't wait. Haven't heard a word yet, but I'm waiting. Yeah. I've heard that before. My head is too shiny for the camera. Yeah. I need a powder puff thing. That's right. Oh, man. Oh, that bagel was wonderful. Oh, boy, that was so good. I've missed those bagels. Fantastic. Something about those bagels, that particular brand from the superstore. They just, I don't know how they do it, but it's a fantastic meal. 196.64 on GameStop. We're ready for a breakout anytime, folks. Let's go. 1767 now on SoFi. They touched 1755. Volume of 5.8 million now on SoFi today. GameStop volume right now 975,000 shares. We got nothing going on. There's nothing happening. Very quiet. It's a quiet day so far. Yeah. Dow down 278 at the moment. I'm going to take a peek here at where we're at here. Excuse me. Let's see. Let's see what's going on. Nothing showing up here on the big headlines for the market today. We don't have anything specific that we can really point at. There's some people talking about the higher oil prices could affect the economy, but I don't take it like that. I believe that the economy is going to continue to run up as it's firing up, and there's a lot of capital out there to help fund the restart of the economy. And there's so much demand right now, unmet demand. Like the kind of demand I'm talking about is like so many people out there. There are so many of them who have ordered refrigerators, stoves, and dishwashers from the Lowe's of the world, the Costco's of the world, the Home Depots of the world. Can't get them. It's a shortage. There's a delay in delivery. There's a lot of big ticket items that just are not flowing like they should be because of, again, part shortage here, chip shortage there, assembly problems here, there, everywhere else. It's the way it is right now. We're in a disruptor kind of scenario here for delivery of goods and services. Of course, employers are having issues in the U.S. and Canada and Europe, but mainly in North America, employers are having a big problem trying to convince employees to come into the office, try to come back to their old jobs. A lot of employees have had time to reflect on their lives in the last year, and they realized the job they have is crap. The employee relations that they're surrounded by, it's crap. Their managers are crap. They don't see a future for themselves going forward because they realize there is no advancement opportunity whatsoever with the existing management in place. They don't like the people in the first place, and they wouldn't want to work with them as managers in the second place. And so a lot of people out there have really had reflection time to decide, I'm changing out. I'm going to at least another company at the very least. But a lot of you who have been able to work from home have gone, hey, after the first couple of months, I got used to this. I adapted. I adjusted. I like this new world because you've also noticed your bank accounts. You are richer now than you were when you were working before because you're not commuting. You're not spending $20 a day on commuting charges or 40 or 50 bucks a day parking your car.
We don't have to look professionally pretty.
See, we don't have to look professionally pretty anymore. See what Jen's saying? 198, by the way, on GameStop. We just blew right through 197, right through the 198 now. We're starting to blow up through 198, 198.08 on GameStop right now. 1767 on SoFi. A lot of people have figured out, nope, I'm not going back, and I'm changing. I'm going as a free agent. I'm going to be an independent type agent employee. I'm going to be someone for hire by the hour only for special projects. A lot of you are talking to headhunters for the first time. A lot of you are talking to employment agencies for the first time. And you're saying to them, I want work where I can work from home. I don't want to go to any office. What do you got for me? And the agents are going, I got all kinds of work for you. Oh, man, I got companies that are desperate to hire people, and they're happy to have them work from home. The catch is, will they pay enough? It's amazing. My daughter, in her world, is constantly being hit up by headhunters, being offered jobs all over North America, and the starting wages that they're offering her through these headhunters, she's laughing. She's just laughing at these numbers. You're dreaming. You're dreaming of replacing. You're looking for what you're looking for. You have to pay 4 times the amount of money because you guys are stuck in 2018. There is no depression. There's no recession, and people with talent can get top dollar. It's the new reality. It's the new world. Welcome to the party, pal. Jennifer and I bought a McDonald's meal yesterday. Jennifer bought a Big Mac meal with fries and a drink, and I got a double quarter pounder with cheese and no onions. Those 4 items together, $21. Now, this is Canada, $21. In British Columbia, where there's taxes and whatnot, $21. Do you think that that people who are paying that kind of money can afford to work for $8 an hour? No, they cannot. They cannot work for $8 an hour and pay those kinds of prices for a McDonald's meal. Are you kidding me? We're not talking the Ritz-Carlton here. Yeah, so you got to be making 15, 16, $18 an hour, because after a couple hours of work and your deductions, you're going to have enough money to pay $21 for you and your wife to have a bite to eat. What if you're a family with children? Holy moly macaroni. You got 2 kids, you got to buy Happy Meals, add another $8 or $9 or $10. You're at $30-something for lunch. This is lunch. Are you kidding? No way. Yes, way. Hello, it's the new normal, the new world. Unbelievable. Anyway, Bruce, I got some new SPACs coming up anytime soon. Have you got some coming? As the old ones are doing their thing and are in holding patterns, so we need some new ones to get hyped up on. You just stand by. You just stand. All kinds of new things are coming on this channel. This channel never stands still. The Credit Savage, man, I got 25 more shares of SOFI at $17.80, and I thought it was a steal. Now it's down lower. Sheesh. I should have waited. Now, should I buy some of the $15 puts for next month? That's the question. Well, the stock is up now to $17.72. It's coming back up from $17.55, so it's coming on again. Get ready. $196.84. Pushing 197 and 198 on Gamestop. What is it going to do? We'll find out. I'm off to see a workshop. We'll see you later, folks. You betcha. You take care there, Martin. Thank you. What else? I had 5 contracts for January on NSH $10 strikes, and today those are lower, so I bought 5 more. Now I got 10 contracts, averaging $1. Beautiful stuff. Nicely done. That stock pops to $14, $15. You are laughing, baby. Thank you for the free money. Matt, ME $15 calls for January. Price has decreased from 3 weeks ago to $1.25. So cheap. I'm down 30, but I'm so tempting to buy more. That's exactly what you're trying to do. If you can do those, $125 a contract. This is stealing money, people. Stealing money. Martin, thanks for sharing your perspective on the markets calmly and understandably as usual, Uncle Bruce. I enjoy that bagel. Free thinker McJones, my miner, saying thank you for your donation. There you go. What do you think of U.S. steel? If Biden can't lift tariffs, I see it going nowhere but up. Is it better to keep Chinese steel out to keep steel and iron ore economy? It's not better. It's not better whatsoever. Having these artificial prices set by the U.S. government against their own citizens is a dumb move. It's not the right move. You're better off opening up the markets back and forth, because it'll increase business. There will be more of it. Right now, you're restricting business by lifting prices too high artificially. There is no reason for steel to be this high in price. Yeah, it might help a company, but it doesn't help the economy as a whole. You're better off to take the tariffs off and negotiate both sides that direction, which is easily done, and open up the economies of the world to do business. The world is better off, in my opinion, when it is busy economically rather than busy militarily. Countries that are busy economically have a much higher standard of living for their population, much higher satisfaction rates, much less depression, way better education system, longer lifespan, just better for the entire world of mankind. Countries that concentrate just on military dominance and military everything else, they give up a lot of little things to get that. And those add up to a shorter lifespan, fewer rights, worse business environment, too much political corruption, because you've got those in the military business trying to keep the game going for their constituents, military corporations, military builders of bullets and bombs and everything else. Whereas the real economy, the wide open economy, suffers dramatically against it. You're better off getting along with everybody than not. You got to find a way to make a deal work. And business is business, and business can be a wonderful human being builder, much better for life and quality of life, just the way it is. But, what do I know? I'm old. What do I know? Oh, my gosh. Is it usually this quiet after a bank holiday? It can be. It can be quieter. It can be busier. But with a quiet market, you get one headline that breaks, and it can have a profound effect, positive or negative, on any stock you're following. You get a company making an announcement at the right time in a quiet market. You're the only game in town. You're the only story in town. You get all kinds of promotion. One never knows. 197.17 on Gamestop. 17.77 on SOFI. A little better on that. $100 for Bruce to put on a BANE costume and say we are going mobile. Bane costume? Not sure what that is. What am I missing? He then gets on a street bike and jumps a gas truck. Oh, no. Brent, we merely adopted the markets. Uncle Bruce was born in it, molded by it. There you go. Free thinker, laugh out loud. Awesome. Bruce, your head is too shiny for the camera. Oh, thank you. Breaking out the NYSE. Breaking out of. We're at 350, still going down. And yes, they see your computer's information in their profiles as another worker. Brant, Oasis, molded by it. IBM is really screwing me right now, says Alex. IBM right at the moment is down 286, 137.20. Low of the day, 137.13. Volume 2.7 million. This is a bargain. Options on IBM at 135, 136, 137, 138. A buy, a screaming buy for the next 2, 3, 4, 5 months. Easily, there's some easy money to be made there. It needs to go to 145 before August, says Alex. Rock and roll. Free market should mean free market. Brent, Bruce's image is fading the photo, McFly. Chinese steel sucks anyway. The Chinese don't even use it for their higher end projects. Okay. Wally's global market should be free. They have to build their homeless shacks out of something that can withstand hundreds of years of a citizen's poverty. And good hanging poles. Let's see. Thank you, Christina. Let's see. What else is going on here? Let's see. Splair. All right, I have to do some stuff. We'll see you later. You take care, Splair TV. Nice to have you here today. Uncle Bruce, are you secretly running for office? No, I'm not. Quiet before the storm. Fifth wall is up 5%. Come on, man. We need to buy some options. We haven't got them yet. China's crazy. Apple 142. This is Apple's best week in probably 7 years. We have to chip in and get Uncle Bruce a Blu-ray set of the Dark Knight Batman trilogy. Laugh out loud. He's missing out on some great stuff here. He has no time. Oh man, peppers at one time. I have no idea what that means. $9.99 on NAV site. We're now on SoFi 17.73, down 35 cents. GameStop 198.27, down only 4.56 a share. We have come back from 195.22. We're up $3.05 from the low of the day on GameStop, and we're only down now 4.50 on the day. If it runs up another 50 cents, that's half the loss gone already, and that's only in the last 35, 40 minutes. GameStop is definitely moving higher. Why? I don't know. Why it went lower? I don't know. But it is rebounding, and that's good to see. I'll see what happens. Yeah, we'll be here for that. We're excited. We're hip. Gores 15.28, down 24 cents, coming on a little bit right now. Low of 15.13 a while ago. The bid at the high to low is only about 39 cents today, so not a lot of movement there. 23andMe 10.53. Fifth wall 12.90, up 96 cents. New high for the company. I believe that is a new high. Fifth wall 12.90 a share on 145,000 shares. That's it. There is no volume on fifth wall. Up 96 cents on 145,000 shares. There's no options available on this stock, so just shareholders, those of you who have the stock, you are getting richer today on that one. Vector is now up 31 cents to 11.70. It is popping up a bit today. Hit a low of 11.28, now 11.70 on 608,000 shares. No shareholder vote yet on either one announced at this point. Patiently waiting it out, as patient as we can be, is what we're doing. 198.02 on GameStop. Will it take a shot to the 199 200 level, and actually have an update today. Let's see what's going on. We'll wait. We'll see. We'll hope for the best. Let's see. He missed that Bain joke. I did. I don't understand it. I don't know what this means. So sorry. I love GameStop, says Free Thinker. Brant, Bruce was molded by the joke. Think or Swim just switched GameStop to HTB. Hard to borrow. Isaac, AB, just because the quality of the material steel is steel. People are complaining or comparing U.S. steel to Chinese steel. AB, my uncle owns a well drilling company and has said you can hear the difference in the steel and says Chinese steel is garbage. Interesting. My ME. January 22, $15 calls are $12 today. A few weeks ago, I was up $498. Interesting. Okay. The put weaker metals in their steel, apparently. All right. Let's see. People don't like Chinese steel. That's what it is. What can I say? The market is the market. 1773 on SoFi. GameStop 197.68. There's a little back offing. Is it going to back off and take another shot, or what are we doing? Are we going up 2 steps, down 1, up 2, down 1? What's the deal? Up 3, down 2. What is the deal here? Waiting to see. The Dow down 390 right now. Down 1.12%. S&P down 29 points, down 0.67 of a percentage point. NASDAQ down 18 points. Nothing going on here. Barely 0.13%. Oil down 93 cents a barrel to 74.23. A tropical storm Elsa hits Florida. How to prepare as climate change delivers another above normal hurricane season. 10 and 30-year Treasury rates fall to the 2-week lows to start the week. Interesting how interest rates are at low levels and the markets are down. Where 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago, interest rates were higher, markets went down. They were worried about interest rates taking off. Now interest rates are falling, the market is falling. Go figure. Sometimes it doesn't make sense. What can I say? Let's go. Yeah. Can anyone tell me what the X number is underneath the bid and ask on options pricing? I'd have to see a screenshot of what that means, what that looks like to have an idea what you're talking about. What times 100 each contract you buy? That might be it. That could be it. SoFi 1772, GameStop 197.16, 196.94 now on GameStop. ATIP 884 down 21 cents. AMC is only up 83 cents. Gore's up down 29 cents, at 23andMe down 41. Fifth Wall, 1290, up 96 cents. Vector up 41 cents to 1180. Vector is nickel from the high of the day, right up there right now. It's at the high today right now, 1185, up 46 cents on VACQ. We keep looking and wondering what and when will VACQ talk to us? When will they reveal to us their timing for their vend-in? VACQ. We keep waiting, wondering, and hoping. 1187 now. It's gone up again. It's getting a good momentum from some of these other space stocks. I guess that's what it is. But I have no news for you. I have no press release. Nothing has been said. It is just hush, hush. And Fifth Wall acquisition, $12.90 now, up $1 on the day. Let's go with any announcements. A press release for this one? Nope, no press release. And no Dow Jones news. We have nothing on FWAA. We just know that they are vending Smart Rent into this company, that it'll take this one over. We do know that, but we have no definitive news, unfortunately, to give you regarding what's happening here. The Dow down 384 now at the low of the day, let's see if we've got any news here. Stocks fell on Tuesday. Report coming out as Wall Street kicked off the holiday shortened week with concern that maybe the best of the economic recovery from the pandemic is behind us. I don't think the best is behind us, actually. I don't believe so. The Dow fell 380 points, dragged down by losses at JP Morgan, Chevron, and Goldman Sachs. The S&P 500 dipped 0.7% and the NASDAQ traded around the flat line after both averages hit records at the open. That's all we got there. Investors are juggling several signs that the rapid economic growth from the depths of the pandemic could be peaking. The ISM Services Index, a major gauge of the services sector, slowed to 60.1 in June from a record in the prior month. Data released Tuesday's show. Economists polled by Dow Jones expected a print of 63.5, but they got 60.01. This follows Friday's jobs report, which showed the unemployment rate rose back up to 5.9 against the 5.6 expectation. Bond yields also fell on Monday, with the 10-year Treasury below 1.4%, further evidence that investors are doubting the strength of the U.S. economy. While shares linked to the economy, including Caterpillar and J.P. Morgan, fell, shares of tech companies gained. Amazon, Apple, and Microsoft were higher. Amazon rose nearly 3% to lead technology shares as Andy Jassy officially took over as CEO on Monday. Jeff Bezos is now executive chairman of the board. The S&P 500 is coming off a 7-day winning streak, its longest since August, amid a string of solid economic reports, including a better-than-expected jobs report on Friday. Mixed signals here. Still, many on Wall Street expect smaller and choppier gains for the rest of the year after a strong performance in the first half. Amid a historic economic reopening, the S&P 500 is nearly up 16% year to date. The U.S. economy is booming, but this is now a known, and asset markets reflected. What isn't so clear anymore is at what price will this growth will keep accruing. Michael Wilson, chief U.S. equity strategist at Morgan Stanley, said in a note, higher costs mean lower profits. Another reason why the overall equity market has been narrowing. Equity markets are likely to take a break this summer as things heat up. Wall Street's consensus year-end target for the S&P 500 stands at 4276. Right now, it is 4323. Representing a 2% loss from the 500 stock average current levels, according to CNBC Market Strategist survey that rounds out the top 16 strategy forecasters. Everything is perfect, and that worries me, says Sarat Sethi, a portfolio manager at DCLA, said on CNBC Squawk Box on Tuesday. Since October, we've had a 5% correction. That's it. I do think we're in for a bit of a euphoria short term. We do need to be careful, and I do think you want to be in a secular growth companies. No just chasing the market here, because I do think the market's going to be very picky as to what sectors are going to do well. U.S. shares of Chinese ride-hailing giant Didi plunged as much as 25% after China said new users could not download the app until it conducts a cyber security review. The announcement took markets by surprise, given that Didi just made the U.S. debut on New York last week. West Texas Intermediate crude rose to a 6-year high as the key meeting between oil producer group OPEC and its partners on crude output policy has been called off. The postponement comes as the UAE rejected a proposal to extend oil production increase for a second day. At one point on Tuesday, crude hit $76.98 at a high, which is the highest price since November 14 after pulling back before the opening bell. It's now $74. It's off $2.98 a barrel, down $1.20 right now, folks. Oil is dropping. Investors await the release of June Federal Open Market Committee meeting minutes due on Wednesday for clues about the central bank's behind-the-scenes discussions on winding down its quantitative easing program. Okay, well, that's a whole bunch of gobbledygook, isn't it? Bottom line is, I think the markets are going higher. There will be pullbacks from time to time. There will be profit-taking from time to time. That actually makes the market stronger going forward. But certain individual stocks, like what we're following, may not be affected in any way, shape, or form, because the companies that we follow generally are not interest rate sensitive so much. They're more sensitive to growing because these are growth companies in various stages of their lives. For example, SOFI, we're going to go from that 400,000 client base a year and a half ago to where they are now at 2-something million to 3 million at the end of the year. This is not going to stop. No interest rate hike, no inflation hike. None of that is going to stop SOFI's growth curve. Nothing. SOFI is just exploding. Gamestop, of course, they're growing in their own unique way, and they're evolving their company in their own unique way. They're going e-commerce. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. They will close down stores bit by bit by bit as leases expire out, and they'll be able to shut stores without penalties. And I think it's a wonderful move. And if they were to raise more cash, which would be even cooler, that could be interesting. I think, though, that GameStop They could do deals where they acquire private companies that are cash flowing already, making money, where they could literally just borrow the money from Wall Street, let's say 1.5% interest for a bond, buy an entity for like $1 billion, vend it into the company, and that'll add about probably $5 billion in value to the company's bottom line right away, because publicly traded companies trade at a much higher multiple than private companies do. They'll spend interest of 15 million a year on it. But the entity will be bringing in 60, 70, 80 million a year. I mean, it's just a win-win for both parties. I can see GameStop doing a series of these deals where they don't even issue stock. They only issue bonds to acquire these companies, pay cash for them, and vend them into their company with only 74 or something million shares outstanding. And the next thing you know, analysts will have to start writing about the company and going, you know what, this GameStop company, the book value on this thing is $120 a share. I have to move up my price target from 19 to 150 or 180 or 210. They'll come around to the party eventually if they wake the hell up. But anyway, we'll see. Time will tell. Anyway, there you have it. ATIP 891 down 14 cents, popping up a bit right now. AMC just popped up. It's 173 on the upside. It's popping higher. Gorse down 31 cents and 23andMe down 49. SoFi 1771 and GameStop over 198 again, 198.29. Popping back up again. Might be going for 199 a share. Isaac, because even with cheap products, the rest of the world is gobbling up and they make a killing. What's the incentive for them to change? Bingo. Christopher King, thank you for this donation. Keep holding GameStop at 172 cost basis. Oh, yeah, you keep holding. Don't be going nowhere. We're right now 198.67. A little better. Still down 418. Let's see what it wants to do. Let's keep moving on. What's up with ME? People want to know. Bruce, your head's too shiny for the camera. Trying to get a glimpse of Jen in that thing, in that dome. Why do they want us to pull our money out of the markets? Do they want to? I don't think they do. Jen liked that comment. Trying to see Jen's reflection off my dome.
CSI.
What's that?
Very CSI.
Very CSI-like, yes. It's a very CSI. I should wear sunglasses. Maybe you can see her reflection off my sunglasses. Enzo, hey buddy, how you doing? It's funny, no matter what the news says, you always have these people fearing the market. I've been hearing this fear-mongering in the markets the past 3 years. I've been hearing it since 1978 when I got into it. I remember years and years, over decades, where markets had hit all-time highs, and then people would be fear-mongering that, oh, it can crash out at any minute. What's going to happen? Then the market would hit lows for like 1 year low, a 5 year low, and they go, oh, it could go lower. It'll go lower. Then it would be in the middle somewhere. Oh, it's going to give it all back. No matter where the market is, no matter how the economy is going, there will always be the worry warts. And they're out there and they get press. They write articles and they get covered. And some people are gullible enough to believe them. 198.96. We're about to hit 199 on GameStop here. We're about to break out. If we break through 199, and we're just about there, we'll probably be recovered more. It will be higher than 50% of our loss at one point today. 199.27 right now. We're through 199 like nothing. Like a hot knife through butter, baby. 199.27. We're now $4 higher than the low of the day, and we're down $3.50 on the day. So we're actually on the upper half of this loss. And that means momentum is coming in. There's buying coming into the stock to scoop up these cheap pieces of paper. Plus, what's obviously happening here is we seem to be gapping from time to time by 20, 40, and 50 cents a trade. There's nothing for sale. There's very little coming in. There's nothing offered anymore after the 199 resistance level. The next resistance level is, you guessed it, $200 a share. That's the next resistance level. You break through that, you could be at 201 in no time. And we're at 199.09 right now. So there you go. There it is on GameStop, a volume of 1,181,000 shares. We are talking dead quiet here. Very little volume. So it'll jump back and forth and back and forth. Through 199, it'll back off to the 198s and then go back on again, try to take a run at 200. It'll hit it, it'll back off, it'll hit it, might go through it, back off, and right through it, go to 201. It could do this sort of 2 up, 1 down game, or 3 up, 2 down, 3 up, 2 down. It can do this all day long. And And that's healthy. That's actually healthy trading. That's okay. Yeah, it's better than straight up, actually. Yes, fearmongers have been going on a lot longer than I land that. Nice doom and gloom report. Geez, thanks for scaring the boomer investors, you DCLA hack reporter. There you go. Let's see. Let's go. Rob, I know. I only became aware of it when I started investing Level Up. Before that, I was out of sight, out of mind. Christopher King, I'd have to run to turn my text to speech on my computer to watch Bruce and read the comment. Enzo, Rob was saying, Enzo, yeah, that's what I remind myself of. If you feel yourself getting sucked into it, it's been going for forever, and the markets recover all the times. Exactly. We're at all-time highs pretty well. What can I say? Uncle Bruce, do you follow the U.S. Federal Reserve's consolidated balance sheet? No, I don't. No, I hear about the big headlines, but no. I have a life. They know the deal, says Christopher. Bingo, says Rob. Read last week about an analyst refusing to value GameStop. Well, that means they don't want to do their jobs. And maybe they should be fired and replaced with somebody who'll want to do the work. But what can I say? That made my day. Man, that made my day, says Rob. Otto, chat. Did Uncle Bruce talk about Emmy already all at all? I did. I've been talking about it a number of times today. I like the stock a lot. You should buy the stock. Average down on your options if you have options. Get in there, scoop this stuff. It will take off. You will do well. Aaron, Bruce, what's the chances we're all wrong? GameStop goes back to 40. Oh, wait, I just realized what I said. Ignore me, doesn't matter. That was good for Jen, the laugh. I like the dome. It's called experience, knowledge, and brain power. That's right, Wally. You know it, my man. Rob, I know someone that works for U.S. Steel. That person said that China also gets around tariffs by doing the final step of coding in Vietnam to get a made in Vietnam stamp to skirt the tariff. Doesn't surprise me, says Rob. Shorts are out of borrowed shares. 200 incoming. Here we go. 199.26. 199.65. Get ready. GameStop is upgrading and renovating some of their stores as well. I saw one store with a gaming area in the back of the store with gaming chairs and monitors. Interesting, isn't it? Yes. Do you think Branson made a clone with his 23andMe DNA, and that's the one that's going to space? Geez, I don't know. Maybe you might be on something there, buddy. Who knows? What if they could clone me? Do you think I could get a clone? And I have one clone here, and I'll have the other clone doing the classes. We'll do a third clone, and I'll have two clones sitting here, and then I can take off with Jen and go traveling. Oh wait, they did a movie about that called Multiplicity. We can't do that. No. Hi, Steve. Can't do that. I like pizza. I got pizza in my wallet. I love that movie. David McQueen and ATIP is green. It's at 905. It's unchanged. How about that? Just zzz, straight up. How about that? Rob, I'll take a clone. Yeah, if I could make enough, like Multiplicity, like Michael Keaton did, they could be the sensitive Bruce here, and the gruff, rough guy teacher Bruce over there, and then I could take off, 3 Bruces, you'd go bankrupt on bagels in a week's time. Yeah, that's right. I can't afford all the bagels. I go broke. They all want to go with Jen. They'll all want to go with Jen. That's right. There's not enough sesame bagels if we clone Bruce. There's not enough. Yeah, and the other Bruces will want to hang out with Jen all the time. And who knows what could happen. We could have more kids. We don't want that. We don't want to have more children. I mean, Oh, my gosh. 199.22 on GameStop right now. Oh, boy. ATIP 903 down 2 cents. What a run it had there. Nice little shot. Okay, you never know. Multi-Brucity. There you go. Was green for a second there. Rob, that is the guy to change a cougar money instead of seeing how blind he got from Bruce's head. Oh my gosh. Yeah, Brucity, multi-Brucity. Oh no. 199.04 down 379 on GameStop. My 3 Bruces, you could take 8-hour shifts for sleep, 24 hours of Uncle Bruce. Just think about that. We'd have a different Bruce every 8 hours just on the channel. Channel will never stop. I believe that our market correction is coming. Valuations are high due to a lot of FED printed money and high leverage chasing stock. Collateral for that leverage is tied in part to MBS and CMBS. See, there's thoughts. I think Keaton could do Good, Bruce, and Aniston for Jen. See, we have Jennifer Aniston for Jen, and then Michael Keaton for Bruce, and we got ourselves a show here. Wow, what a movie! A multi-Brucity. Oh no! Oh my gosh! Look out! Don't know what to think about that. Fifth wall up 65 cents. Has come back a little bit. Vector is up 31 cents. Has come back a little bit. Nav site unchanged, 10.02, and starboard up 2 cents to 10.10 is where we're at right now on those. That is where we're at right now. We're coming into the last 10 minutes of this show for the morning. Max Headroom, Uncle Bruce, think virtual reality, free thinker. I like to picture my Uncle Bruce in a tuxedo t-shirt. There you go. A tuxedo t-shirt. How about that? Again, one last time, I want to say to all of you folks, thank you for joining us today, as you do every day when we're on live. We are doing classes. The first classes are this weekend, Saturday and Sunday. An announcement has been made to members. Members of this channel get first dibs at live spots, open spots for the live channel. They're selling out pretty quickly here. We're just about done. But there will be a general advisory notice going out to all subscribers of this channel and all viewers of this channel later today after the second live show. We will be on the air 12 o'clock on Saturday and Sunday live on a private broadcast for students, only live students only. Then we will edit those shows. We'll edit Saturday show on Saturday and Sunday show on Sunday. Hopefully my editor will be able to pull this off for me. And we will be posting on Saturday night and Sunday night the reruns of these edited live classes. And they will be available for purchase on the website anytime you want, if any of you would like to watch the classes that we just held over the weekend. The classes will be consisting of, first of all, the first lesson, the number one lesson is called Stock Markets in Plain English, an introduction on how to buy and sell call and put options. The second lesson on Sunday will be Stock Markets in Plain English, an introduction on how to write call and put contracts. Those are the first two lessons that we're going to be doing. Each class will be about 2 to 2.5 hours in length. The actual edited versions we think will be 1.25 hours or something like that, give or take. And the live classes, to attend a live class is $150. To watch a rerun is $100. The hope I have and the planning I have is that the classes will be pertaining to exactly what we talk about here. So we will be talking about the effect of options, trading options, writing options, all of that stuff with respect to the SPACs, the GameStop, IBM, all the other stocks I follow. We'll be talking about those in the classes rather than me talking about some theoretical trade that took place 6 months ago on Amazon or something like that. I will be zeroing in on what we are talking about here every day, all the time, every day, so that these classes will be very familiar sounding to you, except there won't be a bunch of interruptions on the market, other comments. I can just zero in, laser in on these topics and answer questions you have. There's no question that these first two classes are definitely skewed to the beginners. I am not telling high-end sophisticated investors that these are the classes you have to watch. This is not designed for high-end sophisticated traders. These classes are designed for the beginners, the newbies who have joined me in the last 4, 5, 6 months. Those of you who've just started trading in the last year or so, you're still trying to figure out how it's all going, whether you're doing it right or not. Those of you who are putting your toe in the water to try to buy an option, you're wondering about writing an option, but you're not sure how to do it. These classes are perfect for you guys. I will be really zeroing in and keeping it simple to start off with. As subsequent weekends come up, there will be a class every Saturday and every Sunday going forward, and they will continue to evolve on the topic level and also on the skill level. We will slowly but surely talk to those of you who are medium experienced investors, and then further on, all of you who are with me every day anyway, you're becoming more sophisticated every day as you're figuring out more stuff that is going on in these markets. And so these classes will be right up your alley. And I think you'll see the value in these classes within a few minutes of us starting. You'll begin to realize, oh, that's what that means. Oh, that's what that is. Oh, I can do that. I can make thousands of dollars doing that. You'll quickly go, these prices are cheap. You don't have to send me thousands of dollars for a big fat course of 20 lessons. None of that nonsense. You're just going to buy what class you want to watch. It's an a la carte pricing program. Buy one class, buy 10 classes, watch them all. It doesn't matter. Watch them in order, not in order, up to you. I think you'll get your value out of it. Once you have acquired a class, you can always re-watch the class. So you can watch it again every week. You want to watch it every week. Doesn't matter how many times you want to watch it in a row. It doesn't matter. So you don't have to actually take notes unless you want to. Okay? There you go. Those of you who are joining us live, it's $150 to join us live after the show is over. Once we edit the shows, all of you who've been in the live class will also receive a link to the edited version of the class as an added bonus. And so you're going to get $250 worth of product instead of the $150 live show only. Now you can watch your class again and again and again on the rerun and take everything out of it that you can going forward. So thank you all for joining in. Those of you who are members, you had first dibs to get in. If you become a member of this channel, you will be alerted every week on the new class schedule. So next week, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, I will release a new email to members only for admission to the next 2 live classes, and then the week after that to the next 2 again and again. And those of you who get those invites are the ones who can register to be part of the live audience and interact with me throughout the entire 2.5 hour time frame. So I'm looking forward to seeing you and hanging out with you. I think we're going to have a lot of fun with that. Jen is in charge of discipline. Jen will be monitoring comments. You're not going to be on camera. It's not going to be a Zoom thing. You don't have to get all dressed up and made up. You don't have to put a piece of tape over your computer. You're not on camera. I'm on camera. You guys are going to be commenting to me just like this right here. And Jen will be the moderator of the comments. There'll be moments in the class where I'll ask you, don't make any comments now for the next 10 minutes. Let me zero in on this topic for now. After we finish this section, ask me whatever you want about what we just covered. You can type in your questions. We'll do a Q&A on that section. Then we'll move on to the next section. And we'll just keep on keeping on. Making sure that you can follow us the entire way through. All right? Trying to make it as simple as we can, as straightforward as we can, and as knowledgeable for you as I can, so that at the end of these lessons and these sessions, you'll sit back and go, that was worth it, because man, am I going to not make mistakes now. He has just saved me thousands of dollars of errors that I would have made. That's number one. Number two, I see what this is about. Now I understand what he's talking about. That's why hedge funds do that, because now I can do that too in my own unique size and style. That's what's going to happen. I'm going to turn you guys into mini hedge funds. You can wreak havoc around the world through every stock. Looking forward to it. Thank you all for being here with me today so far. We have a couple more minutes to go before we're done. We're down 427 on the Dow, down 1.2 points. It's time for a correction. I don't know if this is a correction. I don't know if this is a hiccup. What's the deal? The S&P is down 0.7 of a point, 32 points. And NASDAQ is off 0.16 of a percentage point, down 23 points. These other two markets are not going with the Dow. The Dow is being dominated by a couple of the Dow 30s. So that's it. Oil down $1.65 a barrel now to $73.52, and it's about time because it is $15, $20 overpriced. In my very humble opinion, this commodity is ridiculously priced. But I'm not the oil market guru of gurus. They don't follow my advice, but I don't believe that the oil price is sustainable up here very much longer. Uncle Bruce, have you heard anything about the movie? On the movie, when do you start? Not heard anything about the movie. Waiting. Is there a connection? Is there a correction in commercial real estate prices? Then the CMB as a commercial mortgage-backed securities will decline in value if the collateral leverage declines. Will they sell off? Commercial real estate, depending on where it is, has been affected by the virus. Yes, by the COVID. Certain high-rise office towers have had high vacancy rates and so on. But the worst is over. And we are beginning to notice a bit of recovery here and there and here, pockets of recovery. But there's a lot of inventory in certain cities for high-rise commercial real estate. Now, on the commercial real estate with regards to business office parks or strip malls or that kind of thing, some of these are doing very well because strip malls are usually out in the burbs, and you have free parking and you have lots of room, to get around with. You have maybe 12 stores in a strip mall, and you might need to only frequent 1 or 2 stores, and that's it. So you're not going to go into a shopping mall surrounded by thousands of people. You're in a strip mall, which is an outdoor setting. You can pop into this store with your mask on, do your business, pop back out, pop into that store with your mask on, do your business, get in your car, and go. Limiting your exposure to any kind of potential variants or anything like that, especially if you're vulnerable. If you've got pre-existing conditions, you don't want to be exposed to this kind of stuff. So these properties aren't doing too badly, depending on the city and where they are. Some cities not so good, others quite all right. But this is all evolving. It's all evolving. As this economy now is going to reopen all year long into next year, we might be back to a much higher value of commercial real estate rather than lower value. I think we've already gone through the low, as a matter of fact, especially for shopping malls too. Alrighty, thank you all for being here. Let's see, any more comments I can read before I go? You know what? I need an Uncle Bruce clone with a specific purpose of saying "ha ha" like Wayne Knight in Jurassic Park when I'm about to panic sell. Okay, but he wants to be professional. I like Uncle Bruce clone to party. Barry Page, you didn't say the magic word. You ain't first, you're last. Gotta run. Catch you later. Bought more SoFi at 1768. We're at 1764 right now. The bargoons are here. 198.96 on Gamestop. Trying to get to the 200 mark. Will we break it and get through it? We'll see what's going on. Can't make the classes. Can I purchase access to the lesson recordings later? Yes, you can. Starting Saturday night, Sunday night, and every day after that, 24/7. Anytime you want. You can't sleep at 3 in the morning. You wake up. You put on my website, you head over to those classes, you click on a class, buy that class, start watching, 15 minutes later, you might be gone. On the other hand, in 15 minutes, you might be so jacked up that you go, wow, I can't believe what? I can do that? This is great. Then you're not going to sleep the rest of the night because you can't wait for the market to open the next morning to get going. So it all depends on your constitution. Looking forward to it. Classes with classy Uncle Bruce. Yippee! There you go. When you buy it, can you listen to it more than once? Yes, you can, as many times as you want. You run it again and again and again. Michael Keaton was robbed of his Oscar for his role in Jack Frost. Wasn't he robbed of a? Did he get the Oscar for that bird movie? You remember that one where he was a bird? Did he get that? I don't remember if he got the Oscar. The movie won the Oscar. I don't know about him. He should have deserved that too. Let's see. I just bought 2 more GameStop. Yay! Way to go, Ona. 198.95. Taking another run here. Vin Diesel was robbed of an Oscar for his role as Groot. Okay. Bruce, what's the chances we're all wrong and SoFi never goes above 20 ever again? Oh, wait. I just realized what I said. Ignore me again. It doesn't matter. You'll be fine. And Michael Keaton, too tall. Must be Danny DeVito to run to imitate Bruce. Now you see, now you're talking, right? Wally's wrote the classes will help with the feel. Looking to siphon some of the knowledge from Uncle Bruce's brain with the feel. Well, you'll see for yourself. Uncle Bruce, I really need the class. I can't wait. Right on. DeVito would be great. Sassy Uncle Bruce. Will GameStop go back to 350? Should I buy more? Oh, wait. Ignore that. Yes, it will. I will. I may have missed it, but how long after the classes will the edited version will be available? That night. Later that night. So, a few hours. You got to give us a couple of hours to get the editing right. And so, hopefully by Saturday night, the Saturday afternoon class is up. Sunday night, it's up. And then it's always up. It's always available. So away we go. Uncle Bruce, using the magic 8-ball while placed on your Ouija board and wearing your great Karnak hat, can you give the best guess of which of the SPACs will hit a $5 gain in one day later this year? No idea, but as far as my Karnak goes, I'll imitate Johnny Carson. The answer is Zis Boom Ba. Describe the sound that is made when a sheep explodes. Okay, there you go. Zis Boom Ba. All right. Uncle Bruce, will there be an option to buy all of the current and future class videos for a set price? Not for foreseeable future, not for years. No, because I don't know how many classes there will be. I don't have a set number. So I'm not going to say there'll be 18 classes. That's it. I have no idea what the number will be. I could be adding classes for the next years, 2 or 3 years. We don't know. So just kind of stick around and pick them off a la carte, and there you go. Let's see. Where are we at now? ATIP, unfortunately, 889 down 16 cents. It got up to 905 and came back. SoFi, 1759 down 49 cents. 198.85 on GameStop, down 398. 199.09 now. I'm showing at the moment. The Dow down 350. It's come back a little bit. S&P down 25. NASDAQ down 8 points. That's where we are right now. Uncle Bruce, I'm feeling antsy. I'm not going to do anything, but this 3-day weekend makes me want to make moves. I have just head led the day away again. Screw it. I'm buying more GameStop. There you go, picking it up. Let's see. SOFI. We love the SOFI. This deal will not last much longer. Sooner or later, this stock will run out. There'll be nothing left for sale, and it'll be gone. It'll take off, and you're gonna say, "I should have bought it when he was talking about it at 1760. What was I thinking? Why didn't I buy this?" Oh, hey, Uncle Bruce, I currently have a SOFI 2250 call with a August 20 expiry date down right now. Do you think I should ride it out or cut my losses? Well, you can ride it out a while longer yet, of course, because this is only the first, week of July here. You have until the third week of August. So you got a couple more weeks. The shares in 3 days can go from $17 to $25. I mean, in 3 days. I mean, so, you never know. Just here to give a thumbs up before I buy some bargoons. Beautiful job. Thank you for the thumbs ups, everybody. 778 now have been placed by you for thumbs ups. We're at 199.15 on GameStop. By the way, thank you for the thumbs up, 778 and counting. That is awful kind of you. We're awful close to 1,000. It would be awful nice to hit 1,000 thumbs ups if we could. If there's any way you can do a thumbs up for us, please hit it right now before you take off for the afternoon and get me up there. 784 right now. They're coming in right at this moment. Here they come. Here's a new member too, Pete Austin. How you doing, Pete Austin? Welcome to the channel as a new member. 787 thumbs ups and a new member all at the same time. You gotta love this. Thank you all for helping out with those thumbs up. 797. We're about to bust 800 right out of there. You got to love that. 799. Oh, yeah, that's good stuff. Thank you. 804. There we go. 196 away from 200, from 1,000. Thank you so much for that. I appreciate it. We'll see you later. Thanks. See you this afternoon. They say, Uncle Bruce, so why do seagulls fly over the sea? Because they can seagull, because they're seagulls. They can seagulls. Oh, okay. Yeah. Okay. What else is going on here? Thank you, everybody. I gotta get going. I gotta go. I gotta go. Because if they flew over the bay, they'd be bagels. We don't want that. We don't want them to be bagels. Do you think IBM drop could still be the tribute to the CEO and the momentum? Maybe, but it's an oversold situation. 138.05. The low was 137.13. We're now up almost $1 from the low here. We had an early recovery and a drop off, but this might be the long road back. 3.6 million. Stock has gone down too far too fast here. The yield now 4.7%. It's a good yield. Birdie, I'm with you. I just sold a ton of cruise lines to buy all these dips. That's the way. I wish you huge gains. Michael Keaton was robbed for an Oscar in his role as Batman and Birdman. Birdman, right. He just needs his reverend like Leo got. There you go. Thank you, Pete, again for becoming a member of this channel. This is good stuff. Everyone is welcoming Pete in here. Everybody is welcoming Pete. Stone Cold Pete. Thank you, buddy. That is good stuff. Uncle Bruce, you need a link to for access to your website in the description. That will be coming in a couple of days. We're not up yet. The website will be running by about Thursday or so. Just stand by. It will be there. Don't worry. You'll know about it. Oh, you'll find out about it. We love you, Bruce. Thank you for the overtime. Have a great break, and we'll see you this afternoon. Pop those thumbs, everybody. What's up with ME? It's a bargoon. That's the deal. It's a bargoon right now. 10.52. It's on sale. Sad. I didn't buy bagels until Jen left. I heard Jen laugh at my joke. My life is complete now, says Mr. E. Thanks for the overtime. Have a good one. AB is saying, Aaron, ciao, Bruce. I'm off to karate. I will see you at 3 o'clock this afternoon, Eastern time, for the last 2 hours of my show. 1 hour for the last hour of the market, and then 1 hour after market. And we'll see how the markets are doing, how everything is going. Thank you for being with me today. Thank you for these thumbs ups. Thank you for all your support. Thank you for joining up on the channel and the classes and everything else. 826 thumbs ups. There they are. They are flying in here. Thank you, everybody. 828 now, only 172 away from 1,000 thumbs ups on a slow day, and I thank you all for that very much. 198.50 now on GameStop, 1760 on SoFi, 890 on ATIP. That's what we got. We've got a gain of 48 cents on fifth wall. It's up to 12.42. It's about 40 cents higher than this, or 50 even. Vector is up 21 cents to 11.60. That's what we got, kids. The Dow down 331, S&P down 23, Nasdaq down 2. We'll be back at 3. We'll see how it's going then. We'll catch it, we'll follow it, and we'll see if we can make us some money later today. In the meantime, take care, and I'll see you in a little while at 3 o'clock Eastern. Thank you so much. Bye for now.